Tom. We are back once again for West. We should have sound now.
Okay, can everyone hear us?
I'm 1,000% certain they can. I know what the problem was. It was me being an idiot. So, as I was saying, how do you feel,
Yes.
Tom, ahead of this very important fixture?
Yes. Yeah, not optimistic, I would say, guys. I'm not sure about you. Like I said, it's only been 2 days and didn't really fill me with much confidence at the weekend. So, I think obviously seeing the lineups as well tonight, which I'm sure we'll run through in a second. It's not confident.
Sure. Well, we will be here up until kickoff, obviously, talking to you guys as Tom. Oh, you didn't hear he mentioned you guys already, but that was when there was no sound. We're going to be talking to you until that happens, getting involved. If you want to give us your thoughts ahead of the game, I didn't see the preview because I was too busy setting this up. Incorrectly, apparently, as life goes. So get involved. Let us know. Give us your score predictions now. You know the lineups and whatnot. Tell us what you're feeling. But Tom, let's run through the lineup, shall we?
Let's do it. Should we do Spurs first? Let's do Spurs
first.
Let's switch it up.
First the worst, second the best. Got them.
Okay, right. And I do apologise. I'm eating my dinner as this goes on, but I will mute so you don't have to hear any chamming sounds. Anyway, in goal for Spurs, obviously we've got Lloris. They got a back four of Serge Aurier, Eric Dyer again after his abysmal display the other day, Davinson Sanchez, and Ben Davies.
Okay.
How you feeling? How you feeling about that back four? I'm glad they put Dyer in.
The Dyer thing interests me, right? Because Eric Dyer is how do I word this? I thought he was the future of England's defensive midfielder at one point. I no longer think he's the future of Tottenham's team at this point. He's had an absolute failure of a thing, and apparently he says he wants to be converted and play more as a centre back now. Which I can see why. He's got all the attributes. He's a decent.
But surely he wouldn't get into Spurs' team as a centre back when you've got. I know Vertonghen's contract is up, I think, in a couple of days or whenever. But still, Alderweireld, if he still doesn't want to leave, like he obviously has been trying to push for it, surely you have to start him instead of Dyer. I mean, Dyer looked dire. I'm sure that's a cliche. Many people have said so many times before, but he looked absolutely woeful the other night, didn't he?
He did, and I think the thing is, Jose does like him. I seem to remember conversations about him possibly joining Man United when Jose was there. Of course, Dyer was a different prospect then, a different beast then. But I do tend to remember those conversations happening. So it doesn't surprise me that Jose has started to put more reliance on him, especially seeing as, listen, I don't think they could get rid of Dyer if they wanted to, at least not for a significant amount of money. So it doesn't surprise me, but it does fill me with a little bit of hope because they weren't great against Manchester United.
Yeah, I see him as the only one weak link really in that Spurs team. I think the rest of their lineups is so strong. So I guess to be fair, Aurier has not exactly always been the most rational or calm-headed type of defenders as well. The only problem is the player we've got going down their left-hand side isn't exactly fast enough to really cause him problems per se. So. Don't know. Interesting though. So they've got a midfield three, maybe two holding, one attacking, and they've got Sissoko, Lo Celso, and Dele Alli.
It's very attacking.
Yeah, very attack-minded.
For Mourinho, surprisingly attacking. They sort of tend to play their 4-2-3-1, and so I wonder out of Ali and Lo Celso, which one of those will be the sort of one in the middle of the three. If they do line up like that, which is what I expect. But that's a lot more attacking than I would have thought. I've seen Lo Celso when he was in Spain playing for Betis. He did play as a DM at times. He played it for PSG very, very briefly as well. So it's not like he doesn't have that in his game. But I don't think Mourinho is running scared at this point.
Yeah. Hang on, as I've just completely lost. There we go. Does that midfield three worry you as much as it does Wolves' midfield sort of three? I guess that they had the other day. Because the thing is, on paper, I look at that and for some reason I fear Wolves more. I don't know why.
I do as well.
I don't know,
because they're a better team. Like, and that's not me. That's not me trolling either. I think, like, in reality, I think Spurs had 3 years ago. Spurs had one of the top 3 sides in the league. They were brilliant. They were utterly brilliant. Can we just look at China, please? Can we just get a little bit of lift on that?
A spode.
Lovely bit of crockery there. Lovely bit of crockery.
Bit of sun, bit of rice, just basic stuff.
I think 2-3 years ago you would have said they were one of the two, 3 best teams in the league, right? But they needed to adapt, they needed to change, they needed to evolve, and they didn't. And what we're seeing now is the sort of remnants of that. Mourinho, do you know if he's fallen out with Ndombele? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but I know he was on the bench against United and he didn't get used, and he's not in the squad today. He's not in the 11 today. Because the thing is Ndombele is one of those people who I look at, like Lo Celso and Ndombele. I'm like, those are the people to revolutionise that midfield, and neither of them.
Well, you would have thought spending £80 million on Ndombele and Lo Celso, which was crazy money again. I think can't remember the exact figure. But yeah, I would have sort of said the same sort of thing. I don't understand why he's opting for Sissoko. I mean, Sissoko's obviously a converted winger, but I guess you could say it's just as useful at centre mid because of his size. I don't know. Maybe there's ructions going on with Jose, but I guess Fo just put, apparently he doesn't like Ndombele's lack of work rate.
Okay.
That's fair enough. Thing is, I never really watched him when he was in France per se. I knew that he was sort of highly rated, but I haven't been able to watch him as much in the Prem to sort of, I guess, understand whether he is like that.
He started on fire.
He did. I think I've watched him one game. I think I watched when he scored. Was it in his debut or the game after his debut or something like that? Anyway, but yeah. Who about? Okay, so up front we got Lucas, Son, and Kane. So I imagine Son on the right, on the left, Lucas on the right, and Kane up top.
Now, right. So remember when you asked me about 2 minutes ago, right? Are you as scared as their midfield as you were Wolves? And I was like, not really. I am pooping my pants. I mean, like, I look at that front three. I adore Son. I think Son is just an absolute worldie of a player. And Lucas Moura is also unbelievably effective at times. Champions League, for example. That front three terrifies me. And what also terrifies me about it is people like Son, and I'm surprised that Bergwijn isn't starting after his good performance against United. I think we both mentioned this just before we started. I think Mourinho's looked at Adama and gone, Bergwijn's my Adama, see you later, bye. And he's going to come on in the 70th and absolutely tear Cresswell. An absolute new one yet again.
After Lucas Moura has just been pounding him for 60-70 minutes, it's like, here you go.
I'm looking forward to, and this is an invite to the chat as much as it is an invite to myself who edits. I'm looking forward to a supercut at the end of the season of us two on these shows going, and in a 70th minute someone's going to come on and absolutely decimate Cresswell, because I suspect it's going to be said a lot. But yeah, someone like Son who cuts inside as well, that's dangerous for us, because our defense is all over the shop at the best of times, and to see someone doing that kind of run when Davis overlaps is going to be
I think what worries me as well about that is that they are so technically gifted, Lucas and Son, and don't think that, oh, how dare he speak, well about Spurs players. If you're a fan of football, the way that these guys play, they are just absolutely superb, technically gifted, skillful. And the thing is, they both can play sort of that striker centre forward role. So it worries me about the runs in behind, the coming short to get the ball, to feed off of Kane. That whole front three scares the living daylights out of me. And I think we've not got much pace, as we'll get onto our lineup in a second. And I just think that if we're not careful tonight, they're going to run absolutely riot. I was really shocked as well that Bergwijn didn't start, but maybe Mourinho, again, saw the tactics the other day of Wolves and thought, I know who I can send on after 70 minutes to add an extra bit of pace into the side. And And Lamella as well, I know because I watched the first half. He had a very good first half. His temperament's a bit off, but I think Lamella's always been a bit of a prick like that. But he was very good the other day as well. So I see. The thing is, they don't have a strong bench. A lot of meh players. I'm surprised.
So list off their bench quickly.
Gazaniga, Alderweireld, Vertonghen, Sessegnon, who's there. I don't know if he played left back, left wing for them these days. I don't know. Harry Winks, Gedson Fernandez. Can't wait for him to come on and score against us. And I don't think he's played hardly a minute for Spurs since they signed him, but he'll come on and score tonight.
He came on against United. He came on against United.
He did.
Didn't do much.
But you know he's going to come on and have an impact tonight against us. It's just the way it works. Ndombele, Bergwijn, and Lamella. So yeah,
there's some. It's not a lot, but there is some very notable names there. Lamella could be impactful. Bergwijn could be impactful. Ndombele, if they actually decided to use him, could be impactful. Sessegnon, if he wants an easy game, now's the one to play it.
But you want some confidence, mate? Here you go.
Let's get into the West Ham lineup because I see a lot of people in the chat discussing one certain man who's in the lineup.
Yes, I have.
Talking about pace in care homes, for example. Irish Tommy, I see you. Let's have a little. Let's have a little.
Yeah. I was going to say to the live chat, we will get to you in a second because I know there's a lot of people that have said a lot of things. But we will get to you in a minute and say hello to everyone. Fabianski in goal. I think obviously we knew that was never going to change. The biggest thing at first, I think maybe we discuss it first. I won't list off the whole defence, but Fredericks instead is in place of Ngakia, and the big news is that Ngakia has been dropped from the squad completely. I'll get your thought in a second, but to me, Charlie, I think that means that he's done playing for West Ham. I don't know about you, but I don't think that that's a good sign for Ngakia, especially after the other day, because I think comfortably we all recognised him as our probably best player the other day, and to see him not starting tonight or even in the squad sort of to me spells the end for his time at West Ham. Maybe I'm wrong, but it certainly looks that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, live chat, I'm interested in what you think in Ngakia. Get your thoughts in and we'll have a little talk about it. I think I'm disappointed more than anything. Earlier on today on Twitter, I put out my preferred 11 and he was definitely in it. We had a conversation and I think a lot of people agreed that he was arguably one of my men of the match. If you want to put it that way, it was between him and Rice probably for us. And I think that it's just a shame. It's just a massive, massive shame because the guy is very talented.
Sorry, that was a big mouthful of rice.
Okay.
Don't eat on stream.
Listen, you eat. The worst thing is before this, I was going to create things so it could be just me and just you. But Gio wrapped up ever so slightly before I was expecting to, so I didn't get the chance. And now everyone could just see you shoving rice into your mouth. Which, if anything, I'm excited for. But yeah, I'm just upset because I think he's by far our best right back, and it sucks that it's had to end this way. I mean, what are people saying in the live chat, Tom? Why you've got Rice?
Tom Ball says he gave it away more than anybody else on Saturday. I agree. That first 15-20 minutes, I think he did. He did give the ball away one too many times, and he was out of position a bit. But I did think he grew into the game. Personally, I think he finished strong, but it was a shaky sort of 10-15 minutes.
I think that's sort of like he was clearly. I say clearly. I believe his instructions were to sort of look for that long ball over the top to Antonio. And like we said, at first 15-20 minutes, he looked for it a couple of times, and those passes were not good. But I think the tactics were wrong as well, to be fair, on him. I don't think it was a good thing to do. But yeah, I think, as Tom just said, I think he grew into the game. I think he grew into the game and became much better for it. But fair enough.
So obviously, I guess another change tonight. Diop and Balbuena back at centre halves. I know a few people have said it in this chat and in Gio's chat as well. Maybe a back five with Rice in, but we don't know yet. We'll go off the assumption looking at it is a back four. Diop, Balbuena and our man Aaron Cresswell, as I quickly just delete this person from the live chat after they spam the hell out of that.
Let me, as you do that, Ngakia, a great prospect. Unfortunately for us, he's leaving. Victor Fenn, Ngakia doesn't want to play for us anymore and has been turning down contracts for the past year. I think that's true, probably, Victor, but I think I had a conversation with someone on Twitter earlier when I said I would have started him regardless, and that's because in reality, he has more to earn out of everyone in the team. He almost has more contract to earn than anyone else. Everyone else knows they're in safe, guaranteed contracts, whereas he, not only is his contract up here, but he's trying to earn a contract, be it here or somewhere else. And I think that's probably why I liked his performance so much.
Thank you, Gio. I'm sure there's going to be quite a few people dropping in, as you can see. So thank you, Gio. Yeah, the Balbuena back in. Do you think that's the right call, having two central defenders back in?
Yeah, I do. I think yes, I think Rice is too pivotal for the midfield. I think the truth is that wherever Rice goes, he is vitally important. He was the better out of the two centre backs for me. But in reality, I look at that midfield and I think he just has to be in there, unfortunately. You can't. Yeah. Our problem is we've got too many problems, so we can't shift someone to solve all of the problems. Go right, we can move forward now. We sort of have to make a decision on. We have this one player who's so incredibly pivotal to everything we do. Where do we put him? Do we put him in midfield, where he's arguably vital, or do we put him at centre back, where he greatly increases our centre back pairing? And I think the truth is he has to start in midfield for me because Balbuena and Diop at one point had a very, very good partnership. That we haven't seen that for about a year. Well, I guess it would be about a year at this point. We're midway through the summer, but they did at one point, and I think it's just if he's not in midfield, they're going to walk through our midfield, unfortunately.
I'm happy, maybe today, I guess, to see Balbuena back. I hope he doesn't look rusty. Like you said, it's been about a year since we've seen the best out of those two. Yeah. And they were a formidable partnership once. It's just been such a long time since we've seen the best out of both of them. I guess looking at that, Ogbonna is on the bench, so probably a game time decision and wasn't fit enough to start, although I imagine that Ogbonna would have started ahead of him if he was fit. Excuse me. Cresswell at left back, I mean, I'm just looking on the bench. Okay, so there's no Masuaku tonight. Would you have been tempted to go with Ben Johnson? I almost feel like I may have been. I don't know. Would I go Ben Johnson at left back? Because from what we've seen in training, I think he has been practicing down that left-hand side a bit more. There are a lot of videos of him whipping crosses in from that left-hand side. So I maybe a bit too inexperienced.
Right. I see why people would be tempted. And why some people would mention it. I think for me, there's just nowhere near enough experience in that position to lob him against Moore and Bergwijn.
But you could say that about Ngakia as well, really.
You could, almost. But I'm talking specifically at left back. He played one game for the senior team, and that was at left back against City, and he was very good. But even if you include his youth team appearances, in his entire time at West Ham, it's been 5 appearances at left back. And I don't know if I want to lob someone in like that. I understand why I would like the idea of him. To be honest with you, if it was a straight shot between him and Fredericks, I would have started him over Fredericks.
Really?
The only difference is I just don't trust his leg right now, coming back from such a bad injury. I'm very, very nervous about including him from the get-go. But at left back, I personally wouldn't, although I understand the reasons why people do.
Yeah, that's another interesting one. I guess, chat, you can let us know your thoughts. We will get to you in a second. We've ignored you a little bit to start, but we will get to you. What I assume is a midfield three of Rice, Souček, Noble. Maybe Rice playing a little bit deeper. Maybe Souček plays a little bit deeper. I expect Rice, I guess, out of the two. I'm happy with that. I like the fact that we've got 3 in midfield tonight. I think we really did miss a body in midfield against Wolves. And the only issue that I know a lot of people have been calling out in the chat already is Mark Noble's inclusion to start tonight. A lot of people, surprisingly, not wanting to see Noble play. I guess if it was the toss-up between Noble or Wilshere, almost, I guess that maybe what people wanted to see, who would you have gone with this evening? Because I imagine that, I'm not speaking for the chat, but I imagine that Rice and Souček were in most people's starting 11s. So chat, let us know if it was down to you. What would you go with? Would you have gone with it? Do you know what, Charlie? Why you discuss your opinion? I'm going to do a straw poll in the chat. How about that for interaction?
Okay, that's just the sort. Were we eating rice? Yes. Have I got a chocolate hobnob at some point? Yeah, I do. But listen, this is the kind of interactivity again with that.
So click when I put the link in the chat. Just click on the link, submit your answer, and it will give us an indication as to who people would have started this evening.
Love that, Tom. Love that. Personally, I would not have started Noble. I would have started Wilshere over him. As much as I love Mark Noble. I don't think his legs have it in him to do 2 matches in such a quick succession of time. Hammer's chat in the chat. I assume that's Gio saying I wanted Noble to start tonight, but not Saturday. I understand that. I would have started him against Wolves purely because that was the one which was more. I said was more winnable. I was wrong.
There you go. Click that link, and then that will tell us, I guess. Who are we saying then? Let's submit an answer together, or you can do it yourself and you can keep it a mystery.
I would have started Wilshere. It's just true. I just would have started him. I think he's very important for us.
We have 2 votes. Let's end it now. It's 50-50.
let's restart some argument.
click that link, guys, and let's just see, because it will give us an idea as to who you would have started this evening. This may go completely wrong. I've never done a straw poll on the stream before.
It's worth giving it a shot. We've just literally... Right.
Refresh results. Oh, 15. I didn't realise I had to refresh results. That's my fault.
I would so just to carry on. I would have picked, or should I carry on because it might influence? No, screw it. No one cares what I say. I think Wilshere. We missed someone in. We missed. Not only did we miss the third man in midfield. I think you're right. Playing the midfield 3 is the right thing to do. But I think we missed someone who was able to progress the ball to attacking players in good areas. We had the ball at the feet of Bowen and Anderson, but it was in our own halves, and that's not where you want it. Wilshere has the tight control, the passing, the vision to be able to get the ball in tight spaces in midfield and still progress it because he has that ability. So for me, Wilshere had to start, and I wouldn't have started Noble. What about you?
Okay.
While we carry on, get people going to the straw poll. What do you think?
Yeah, let me just chuck in a couple more times, just in case you haven't voted. You may have already voted. There's oh shit! There we go. Just have a quick, because there is 97 of you in there. However, I think it's going to be a landslide by what I'm looking at right now. Shout out to the 97 of you, nearly peaking at 100 views, which is nice of you to join us before the game. Shout out to everybody that has joined us so far. All right, we'll just go over the results now, actually, because
give your opinion first. Give your opinion first. Give your opinion first. Tranquilo.
Before we go any further, Noble has started to pull it back.
Exactly. So give your time.
By one vote.
That might just be Rebecca. That might just be Rebecca.
After we did play Saturday, or did we play Sunday? We played Saturday, didn't we?
We played Saturday.
Okay, the days are going by too fast for me. On Saturday, I wanted Noble to start.
Okay.
And I think after Saturday, I'm going to have to say Wilshere, I think. It pains me to say it, but the thing is, because in my head, I'm like, obviously Noble is key for things like this. We all say it, if we're in a relegation scrap, you need to rely on Mr. West Ham, and I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
There's just a part of me that wants to see Wilshere back in. I'm really torn. Before
we go to the answers, I mean, some of the people in the chat, I'll just read them out directly. Anthony, Noble start but not finish. Haven't seen Wilshere play for over a year. I mean, that's just a fair point. Like, the guy doesn't play.
That's what I think. My opinion is leaning to start Noble but bring Wilshere on if need be. Dave, in the second half, it's a thing called a substitution.
Yeah.
You make it.
He doesn't
at half time after the second half, 20 minutes to go, maybe a bit too late, but it's spelled SUBS TI.
Yep.
TION, substitute.
Nope, you've missed some letters there, but the point is stands.
It stands.
SUBS, subs, make them.
I didn't go to uni.
I'll mute you while you scrape. Just go.
I'm done scraping.
Okay, cool. Let's see, who else is having opinions in the chat? So people, there's a couple of people talking about 4 hours, we'll get onto that.
Do you want the results?
Well, Cal Noir says Wilshere. James Gont, Noble should have played today and versus Chelsea, rested versus Wolves. Fair. Rebecca, never have I wanted Jack's glass ankles more. That's a fair. He has.
Don't anger Ray. I can see. Cheers, Tone. I love that today. So it's not a carafe or a wine decanter thing. Tone has said, "Christ, Tom, are you drinking out of a urine sample jar?" We established the other day by someone that it is a carafe.
It's a vase.
It's apparently now become a staple.
I just think we need to get it on the merch. We'll get it out there. We'll put the logo on it, and we'll sell them. I think it's an item. D Swiss Sport, Start Jack, Diego Wilshere, scare the hell out of Mourinho. Fair. Tone again, where was it? Tone says Wilshere. The thing is, it feels like it's leaning more Wilshere, but a lot of people saying we should have started Noble in this game if it weren't for Wolves. Do
you know? I'm so torn because I love Jack Wilshere. I do. Shout out to Ray and his PowerPoint and trying to convince everybody.
Great episode.
Of why. Great episode. As the ice cream man's coming by, do you reckon I could just lean out the window and just? It's actually, guys, come down here. Yes. Wait, hang on. It's a Hammers chat first. There he is. The ice cream man.
Ask him Wilshere or Noble. Quick, get a quick straw poll from him.
Excuse me, Jack Wilshere or Mark Noble, mate, and a 99 flake. Yeah. So I don't. I'm so torn because at the same time I know Wilshere technically is a lot better as a player. I just cannot trust him when he's just diving into tackles.
Sure.
The thing is, I guess Noble is like that as well, and he has that sort of guile in midfield where he's going to put everything out on the line. But the thing with Noble is he's not going to get injured as much as I guess someone like Wilshere would. So, yeah, I don't know. My opinion is I don't know. I'm remaining neutral and on the fence.
Well, while we look at the results, Rebecca's asked the question, and I was about to ask it as well. Can we get everyone's favourite ice cream in the chat, please? And also Gary Smith is asking for a fab or a Zoom, Tom, if you could. Get everyone. What's your favourite ice cream?
Excuse me. I get a fab, please, mate. Don't forget we're in Yorkshire, so you have to talk in Yorkshire dialect for them to understand.
Sure.
Hey, cocker, yeah, chuck us a Zoom. Yeah, chuck us a fab, please, mate.
So what's the results of the straw poll?
Okay, so for the 26 of you that voted, it did give us some sort of indication. I know it's some people are on their phones, so you might not want to click off the live stream and do it. But thank you for the first ever Hammers Chat straw poll ever. 26 votes. 73% said Wilshere. 26% said Mark Noble. So the eyes have it. Wilshere has it. So
sure.
I can understand either way if you went either way for that one. I really do.
Tom, more importantly, what's your favourite ice cream?
Double caramel Magnum. It's just.
Oh.
Well, no, if you just allow it for 1 second, right?
Okay.
Before we go on to West Ham's attack,
okay.
if we want to deep sit real quick.
I do want to deep sit.
So the thing with the double caramel Magnum is you've got that initial layer of chocolate.
Okay.
And it's like most ice creams, you bite into them, and it's like you're straight into the ice cream part. But you break away that first bit. What do you get? Layer of lovely caramel underneath that. Okay. But that's not all, because underneath that, bang, another layer of chocolate, and then the ice cream. And it's just, I don't know, on a warm sunny day, just it's I
respect it.
But for any of you that are from Southend, Rossi's ice cream on Southend Seafront is unmatched. And obviously, shout out to Southend. I know, Rebecca, that may trigger you slightly, but yeah, Rossi's ice cream on Southend on the seafront is that's one of my early childhood memories of growing up in Southend is with Rossi's ice cream. So yeah, what about you, Charles? What about you?
See, here's the thing. What I like as well is that in the chat we've got some people naming brands and we've got some people naming flavours. And I like this. This is the kind of debates. Tom knows I love a good debate over food, and this is one of them. I would say this, right? At the moment, I'm big into mint Viennettas, right? I'm big into the mint Viennetta at the moment. Little chocolatey, crunchy bits inside the little layers with the minty flavour. I'm big into that at the moment. That's the one I'm eating.
With the little squiggly lines.
Squiggly lines, squiggly lines. Yeah. But in general, you can't go wrong with a feast/festival for me. If you're getting a chocolate, one of the ones where it's like a double chocolate as well, so you've got the chocolate on the outside, the chocolate ice cream, and then the chocolate solid core, you can't go wrong with that. But I will say this, not technically an ice cream, Calippo. Underrated. Underrated as a Calippo.
Yeah. If you have just tuned in, this is the Spurs West Ham United watch along. We're just passing some quick time by talking about our favourite ice cream.
We're avoiding the inevitable doom that is
the inevitable. We are avoiding it like the plague.
And just before we move on to West Ham's attack,
okay,
we've got Ray saying he misses Southend on Sea. Don't know how I feel about that. Oliver Mitchell, cookie dough, Ben and Jerry's all the way. Excellent choice, Oliver.
I'd forgotten about that. I'd forgotten completely about that.
Love that. Fo Cheesy, Mint Vianetta again. My boy, he just knows me and Fo, mate. Me and Fo like that. We know tings when we see him. Rebecca White Magnum will accept nothing less. Is a great shout. Ray Bourne White Chocolate Magnum again. D Swissport Choc Ice. Do you know what? A Choc Ice is a great one. Choc Ice are cheap, but they're banging.
Effective, cheap but effective.
Yeah, much. I was going to say like a lot of West Ham's players, but they're not effective. Anthony Hagen-Dazs Belgian chocolate. I like that. To me, that feels like a fancy one, but I like that. But I'm also poor Af. Gary Smithhurst Cherry Garcia. Love that. Clayton Oyster Starlight Cookie Dough. Another cookie dough shout.
Hang on a second, Rebecca. We can't ignore a Solero. Well, we can, and it's ignored.
It's ignored. Soleros. This is a Solero-free stream. Okay, no Soleros.
No Soleros up in here. We only have 15 minutes, so let's quickly bash the rest of this lineup
fish
out.
Food, pistachio, lemon ice. There's just a lot of great shouts, and I want to talk about it more. But that's fair. Let's go on to the attack. Let's go on to the attacking lineup.
Okay, we've got 13 minutes, right? Let's quickly go through these. Big person missing. I would say big person missing. I would say big name missing. Maybe
yes.
Not big impact missing, but big name missing is obviously Felipe Anderson. Fornals at left mid. I know we're both not keen on this, and which is what I said before about Serge Aurier is going to have I would say an easier night because there's no real pace with Fornals. Bowen and Antonio up top, it looks like on his own. I think regardless, I think we both agree Anderson had to be dropped. Do you agree with that? Or would you have played him tonight?
No, I wouldn't have started him. I desperately want Anderson to come back into form. The guy's got.
So do I, mate.
The guy's got no confidence, and I don't want to sit here and blame Moyes for everything because he's had no confidence all season. But if he wants to be praised for his stuff with Arnautovic and Lanzini last time he was here, why has everyone got worse since you've been here? Not got worse, but there's certainly no one's come back with confidence. So for me, no, I wouldn't have started Anderson, and I would have, and reluctantly, I would have started Fornals in the position he's starting today. But that's more out of lack of options as opposed to anything else.
A Beg LCK, I think, who's a Bournemouth fan. We will get to our question in a second, mate. Don't worry, we'll answer that. I'm sure we have an opinion. Antonio, would you have started up top? Would you have gone with a Yeti? Would you have gone the two up top? You would have gone a Jetty up top, yeah.
I think it would. For me, it would have been a 4-3-3, and the 3 would have been a Yeti down the middle, Fornals on the left, and Bowen on the right. We desperately missed a striker in the last game, someone with the actual positional sense, the feeling of a striker, and the truth is we just have not seen enough of him. He's not gotten anywhere near enough chances yet. I think I was shocked. I looked it up early. He's actually made 8 Premier League appearances, which I couldn't name a single. A Jetty.
Was he?
That's what I read. I looked at the stats very briefly, and I saw 8. But I would have started a Yeti because I think we just need the presence of a striker to actually give the defense something to think about and to give space to the big
thing. That's the big thing is there are 2 strikers on the bench in Silva and a Jetty, and we start neither of them. And I think, but the thing is, I would have kept the 3 in midfield, so I would have to either drop. Would I have dropped Antonio completely? No, because the thing is, I would want Antonio's pace, I guess. I'm gonna say something I don't think people are going to agree with, but I maybe have been tempted to go with Antonio on the left, or the right, Bowen on the left or the right, and then have either a Jetty or Xander Silva up top.
I'm also tempted by Antonio, but I just think, I don't trust him. In the same way I don't trust Noble's fitness, I don't trust his to play this often. The guy's injury record is ferocious.
The thing is, I don't want to
horrendous.
Yeah, I don't want to drop Antonio because we just have no pace otherwise. Really, the only pace in that team is Fredericks and Bowen. Then, and I just think that it seriously needs to be an investment somewhere this summer into players that have a bit of pace. Technical ability would be good as well, but that team I look at is so slow.
It's not fast, and that's why but having Antonio to come on would be great.
Yeah. I mean, our bench, I guess you could say, is a little bit deeper than Spurs' maybe. I guess for us. Randolph, Ben Johnson, Ogbonna, Wilshere, Yarmolenko, Anderson, Lanzini, Xander Silva, and Achetti. I'm going to go on a limb here and say I don't care if we... Well, I do care if we lose tonight. But if Moyes doesn't make 5 substitutions and he makes them correctly, I'm going to be annoyed.
I mean, that's the thing, is what I'm looking for maybe necessarily isn't the result at hand, it's the performance I'm more bothered about right now. I'm not coming into this deluding myself into thinking, we're going to come out of it smelling rosy with 3 points and everything's going to be great and we're going to bap into the next game like it's nothing. I'm looking for an increased performance because what we saw against Wolves on Saturday was dire, and we cannot see that again. We cannot see that level of performance both from the manager and from the players.
Yeah, I mean, it depends where the game is, because if for whatever reason we're nursing a lead and, bring old Bonner on, I guess, if, that kind of stuff. But I would expect to see 5 subs made tonight, and I would expect to at least see both Ayeti, Silva, who deserve a run out, really. Anderson, for me, whether he gets a run out tonight or not, it depends. I don't know. Is he going to put 110% in, I guess?
Yeah.
So it's by the by. But for me, really, this evening, I would really like to see Ajeti, Wilshere and Sunday Silva. And let's see if they've actually give more of a toss that some of the other players did the other night. That's my thinking behind it anyway. But yeah, I guess that's the lineup.
Dive into the live chat, Tom. See what they're saying.
Let's quickly answer. There is 94 of you in here, so I do appreciate it. Shout out to everybody that's joined us. Thank you for joining us. We will, of course, be with you throughout the entire game, be it during the game, half-time, and then slightly after the game before we disappear off to allow Gio and Gonzo their space to review the match fully. There will be a full match review. We'll be sending you the link in the chat, so you don't even have to do anything. Minimal effort here. That's what we like to provide. Let's jump into the live chat here. Rick Ferguson, you two are boring.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Hang on, Rick. What's your favourite ice cream? Tom, carry on.
Yeah, to the guy that asked before about Bournemouth chances against Wolves, who's their left back? Diego Rico? Does he play left back for you, or who's the other guy? Charlie Daniels. I don't know if he still plays there at left back. It doesn't matter if your left back's not quick enough for Adama Traore, you're going to struggle. It's just, I guess, trying to contain them, or try to get that early goal before Adama comes on to potentially change the game.
If I'm a Bournemouth fan right now, I'm very scared. I think they are one of the teams with us battling for.
Adam Smith playing left back for Bournemouth.
Essentially the survival candidates, and from what I saw against Crystal Palace, when Crystal Palace, especially the second goal, not the free kick. Obviously, there's not much you can do about a free kick, although maybe not give it away. But the second goal was so easy, and that would seriously worry me if I'm a Bournemouth fan going up against Wolves, who are I would say if you're Bournemouth, you're conceding goals, not the best team to play. If you're struggling defensively, they can really break you down. 100%. Smith played against Palace. I've gone with Lloyd Kelly on our channel, back of the net. Interesting. I don't know too much about some of the Bournemouth fullbacks, but I think you will struggle against that 5 in midfielder attack going forward. That they're so regimented when they're going back as well, so you will struggle to break them down. And if you're conceding goals, it's a tough team to play, unfortunately. Look at this, Charlie. Nick Swire Thompson. Charlie is the best part of this channel. I imagine is that a goat? I'm thinking it looks like a goat emoji on my screen. Like my boy Big George, he is the goat. Thank you, Nick. Absolute legend. I appreciate all of your loving. I appreciate it whenever I see you in the in JP ones and you're talking about me whenever you're seeing up on MTV. I appreciate it.
There is currently 91 of you in here. If you haven't already, I know it sounds, but just drop a like on the video for us. Subscribe if you haven't already. Would really go a long way to helping us. Obviously, this is the second time we've ever done anything like this, so it'd be good to see the support by liking the video. You know that you guys want to see it and that we do it again. So again, really appreciate all of you that have liked it, and Rebecca for unliking it. Let's just quickly, because I know that there's so many things in here we could go back on, but I guess for whoever's in the chat at the minute, let's just say.
Final score predictions.
Yeah, score predictions. Let's do that. Yeah, score predictions. What are you going with, Charlie?
I think another 2-0. 2-0. Their front line is very scary to me, and I'm not convinced. As much as I said I would start Balbuena, I'm not convinced he is that our back line's going to change with him in it. You know, I don't think he's playing that well. So for me, I'm saying 2-0.
I can't believe I'm using my West Ham prints.
This is disgraceful behaviour, right? So if you don't know, I'm just going to mute Tom slightly while he knocks the mic, and so he can't respond to this. He has a brick from Upton Park, Okay, it's one of the bricks where it had people's names on it. It's got him and Athos 31, his dad's name on it. Okay, and he uses it to rest pizza on. He uses it to rest his phone on. It's just disgraceful behaviour. Tom, you've been unmuted.
Yeah, sorry if that triggers anybody. I do apologise.
While you do that, Oliver Mitchell 2-1 West Ham win. I love the optimism. I disagree, but I love it. Gary Smith-Hurst 2-0 Spurs. Yeah, James Gunn 6-1 Spurs. I like the fact you think we're going to score. I
think we are tonight, you know. I think we're going to see our first goal, and I hope that it's before they batter us so we can actually celebrate and get happy about something. Because nobody got to see me celebrate the other day, and I really want to celebrate tonight.
Yeah, so. That's fair. Listen, I equally want to have a good time. But Oshinsey 3-0 Spurs, Rick Hammond 3-0 Spurs, Ray 3-1 Spurs. Callum Jones, Everton fan here, watched the channel a lot over the years. Good bunch of lads. Thank you, Callum. Appreciate that.
That's really appreciate it, mate.
Back to the positivity. Starlight 5-0. Nick Swire 1-0 West Ham. Antonio will score the winner 90th minute. Crying laughing emoji. I feel like the crying laughing emoji is maybe the more accurate bit in all of that.
Will we see Antonio do this again, or whatever the?
Oh, DOS. the successful sequel for his whatever it was, whatever you want to.
Weird celebration.
Yeah, let's go with that. Ian Westwood, easy 3-0 Spurs, sadly.
This celebration.
Tone Lock 4-1 Spurs. Harry Kane own goal. Tone, do you know what? They're more likely to score an own goal than we are to put it in the net. But that would imply we get close to the goal, which I'm not convinced. Clayton Antonio to score. There's a lot of negativities. Tom, what are you saying? Final score predictions?
Yeah, as I'm just loading up now. Onto Sky Sports.
Alan Turkington 2-1 Spurs.
Oh, we got Martin Tyler on it, would you believe? And it's live. I'm going to say 2-1 Spurs. I don't think it's going to be as big as some people are having it. Maybe 2-1 or 3-1. I think that obviously Spurs far the better side. Yeah. But sometimes Mourinho can be very defensive. He can be very negative in the way that he plays. I know Paul Merson was calling out Harry Kane, well, not Harry Kane per se, but whether or not Jose Mourinho could get the best out of him, which was the worst thing to say before this week, because you just know that Paul. Harry Kane is going to go bag a hat-trick this week.
Cheers, Paul. Love that.
But yeah, I'm going to say 2 or 3-1. I think it's going to be a loss. I just hope that we have a goal. All I care about is how we play tonight, because if we go down and lose 3-1, I'm fine with that because I expect it to happen. But I just want us to see.
Yeah.
I just want us to. Giovanni Lo Celso, yet to record a goal or an assist in the Premier League. You know what's coming tonight, don't you? I just want us to just look like we actually want to stay in this league. That's all I care about. Just give the fans some optimism that when we come to the easier games, that it's something there. It was Antonio 4 goals in 6 in the Premier League against Tottenham. So Tom, maybe there's an omen in that.
Could you do me a favour? Could you refresh it just because you're like about 5 to 10 seconds behind me? We'll just see if we can get it. Just refresh it once. We'll see what happens. As you do that, Vintage Punk, West Ham, Lambs to the slaughter 2-0. Yeah, that's a bold one. Clayton, have no idea why Nobes is starting. I mean, yeah, we have a long conversation about it. It's one of those things where I think a lot of people think Noble should be starting this game because it's Spurs, if not against Wolves, which he did do, and that's sort of where I think a lot of people lie on that one. Bob Collison, oh well, here we go again. Fingers crossed. I mean, we can only hope for the best.
And also, you guys in the chat, because me and Charlie are both streaming on our phones, you will be probably about 30 seconds in front of us. So try not to spam the live chat.
Bruv, you need to stop mentioning this. This is what happens. You mention it, and then people do it. You ask for trouble. You need to stop.
Don't do it.
You're like
right.
Palpatine.
Whereabouts are you? What are you looking at right now?
Well, I'll tell you when kickoff happens, or when the referee blows his whistle, and we'll figure it out that way, shall we?
Hamish chat working on the fly.
Yeah, we do a lot of stuff on the fly. You know, what's it? Winging it since 2014. Right, the whistle just blew, and now everyone's kneeling.
I'll tell you when they've kicked off. You tell me when the ball is kicked.
Okay.
We could be good here.
Yeah.
Just taking a knee on my screen.
Okay, you're behind. You're behind. Now, ball just got kicked. We are underway. It's West Ham versus Spurs at the I was going to say the London Stadium, at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as of yet.
Can you press pause and then play and try and join me?
I don't believe I can because there's no pause button on the screen.
Sound.
Yeah, because I'm paying for it for once, which is weird. Well, for the second time, I guess. It's just very rare. And I say I'm paying for it. Hammer's Chat's paying for it for me. See, at halftime, my stream is even more delayed. Mixie, thank you for joining us. We'll see you then. I'm looking forward to getting your conversation then. Gareth Thomas, Antonio's snowman suit to score twice. He may be more effective. The snowman suit may be more effective up front than Antonio himself. Starlight, the only hope we have is a streaker runs across the pitch and Spurs players to lose focus. I'd be concerned from a health perspective if that were to happen. At the same time, one can only hope. Weird things have happened in football. Are we still level tone lock? Some surprisingly, yes.
Yeah, it's crazy to think, but we haven't conceded yet.
It's mad, isn't it? So I'm going to bring the chat across so I can see it. So I'm interested to see how we start here because I thought we weren't good at the beginning against Wolves. So you need to see a bit of a step up of pace here. Can we get more successfully into their half? Jared Bowen with a great crossfield pass, looking for Cresswell. An interesting cross. Antonio somehow. Great opportunity. Mark Noble, please pop off a shot. Sorry, Tom, I don't mean to spoil it for you.
Yeah, it's just got to the keeper. It's just got to the keeper. That was a great bit of that was a great play. I can assess that from 10 seconds behind, but that was a great bit of play.
Antonio,
great.
That's an excellent use of Antonio as well. And to be fair to Mark Noble, I think it would have been tough to pop off a shot there, but positive sign. We're definitely stepping up faster than we did against Wolves.
Didn't see that against Wolves, did we? Really much, no. Antonio.
We had that one opportunity with 4 hours early on, and then that was it.
But especially for the use of Antonio, almost just holding up the ball and backing down into and laying it off for someone. We didn't see that at all, really, the other day. Yeah. That's a good early sign, I would say.
A good omen.
There is optimism to take.
Optimism to take from that one opportunity.
James Gunn ain't conceded in 3 minutes. There you go.
That's the way. Bloody hell. Sorry. Anyway.
What happened there?
I don't know. They're getting a check for a corner. Son dribbling down the left, puts it in. It's close. Deflected off Fredericks. It would have been a corner if it did go out. I don't know if it did or not. I can't tell from that angle.
Yeah, that definitely went out.
It's a livelier start. I'll say that much. It's definitely a livelier start. It's gone out for a second corner. Or has it? No, it hasn't. Son's running backwards, so I assume it hasn't. It's a livelier start, Tom.
Sorry, I'm just trying to sort out, just because...
It's fine. I was mildly concerned you died, but that's fine.
No. We're good. I'm still alive.
Okay. I mean, the Wolves West Ham game, I think they had a couple of good. If you look at their first half, they had 7 shots, 4 of them on target, but a lot of them were just sort of safe ones directly to keeper, not really testing them. I felt like that game needed something to kick into full gear because they weren't in it. Both teams here are starting faster. It's another good opportunity. We're getting into decent positions here. It was another good cross there. Again, Cresswell put it in deep. Seems to be what we're looking to do, unless Cresswell's just not fully on point with it. Bowen tries to fight his way into it. Ben Davies ends up getting to hook it out. I think it deflects off Bowen and is going out for a goal kick, but it's not a bad chance. People are starting more. Because again, it was necessary. It did feel like they needed something in that Wolves West Ham game, and so to see both teams actually going for it is a good sign.
Hang on, I'm just going to switch my stream onto Wi-Fi off of 4G. Just hope that everything remains stable, and hopefully that may catch me up to you.
Tone,
I apologise.
It's fine. I was just saying to Tone, what do you chaps class as a start? 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Tone, I'll take literally anything if it means I can say something positive about West Ham at this point. I'm not going to lie about it, but probably.
What second do you find yourself on at the minute, mate?
4 minutes and 55, 56, 57, 58.
Okay, you're 5 seconds ahead of me. I can say that.
That's fine. West Ham clips Noble as pressing really high up. He seems to be the more adventurous one out of the 3 so far, which I probably agree with. I mean, we'll see. Both teams looking for those long raking balls over the top early on, looking for big striding things, which it's not unlike you would expect from David Moyes versus Jose Mourinho, to be honest.
There we go. All right, let's try that.
One of the other things, Tom, is that Spurs are on a horrendous run. So if you'd want to face them, now is almost the time to do it, because they're not on a great run of form at the moment. Jose's not kicked them fully into top gear as you would have expected him to.
No. It's interesting. We still zonal marking as well. It looks like it.
It looks like it, yeah.
Well dealt with. Good ball.
It's going to be it. It's interesting to see everyone sort of looking for those long raking balls over the top.
Yeah, as Alan Smith just said there, Sergio Aurier is pretty much playing as a right winger, which scares me as well, because that's, I guess, similar to Wolves.
Yeah.
Is he as well drilled at getting back into position, though? Who knows?
No, but at the same time, I don't know if he's going to need to. Although, let's see what happens. Eric Fornal should be playing the exact same position as Noble.
Well, it's a foul ref, is it not? Thank you very much.
I know what you mean, Eric. It's a weird one. But at the same time, when we did have that position in the Wolves game, he didn't really do anything. He had a couple of things early on where he got involved in the play, and when we were camped in their half, he did get involved somewhat, but it wasn't too impactful. Tom's just squirting stuff now. It's just a weird time for us all, if we're being honest.
Do apologise. Oh,
it's another
interesting.
It's another good
ball from Rome.
We're looking a bit more adventurous here. We're getting a bit more involved.
This is all I wanted to see the other day against Wolves. Just play the ball on the floor a bit. Just have a bit of possession, pass it, knock it about. Actually look like a team that's competent and wants to play football.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky Jared Bowen.
That's the thing. We seem to be. Again, it's quite early to tell, but we do seem to be targeting Aurier, which is the right thing to do.
That's what we said as well, wasn't it? In the thing of all the fullbacks on their side, it's I think. I mean, Ben Davies isn't exactly the world's greatest, but I think we could have success tonight against that defence. Some massive success.
I think Ben Davies is competent, but I think he's a lot better than Sergio.
Interesting. It's interesting looking at that almost. It's like a 4-3-3 attacking formation with Noble playing in behind Antonio. I mean, look at Noble's position there. Seems almost Fornals has dropped back into like a left-sided centre mid almost there. Maybe he's put Noble up there because he always sort of, I guess, he does press that back line.
Yeah.
A lot.
I think also you look at their attacking lineup, Spurs, or the attacking players they've got in their midfield. It could be a case of looking to press and harry those players because they're not going to be as used to it. I don't know. Maybe that's what he's trying to do here, which I don't necessarily disagree with. And Noble has got a better footballing brain than I think most people would give him credit for, but it's just odd that Fornals is there and yet he's the one who's playing deeper as opposed to Noble. Bob Collison must be Noble's blistering pace. Listen, he's a fast boy, is our Mark.
Bob Collison. What a name.
What a name. It's a great name, isn't it? I was just thinking the exact same thing.
Bob Collison.
We do both appreciate a good name, and that is a solid name.
What about you guys in the live chat? I guess most of you will be sort of listening in, I guess, maybe to our thoughts on the game. But type in the chat, other than the fact we've not conceded in 10 minutes. What's everyone's thoughts so far? Much better start than Wolves, I think we can all agree. Looked livelier. Whether or not we can actually keep that going on for a sustained period. Although this, Antonio, you technically gifted man, this is what worries me, is because we're going into the water break on top almost.
Yes.
Exactly what Man United did against Spurs the other day. And then as soon as after the water break came, Spurs went and scored with Bergwijn. So hopefully that's not something that happens again today.
Sure, but us being on top shows a good thing regardless. Spurs started slow against United and they grew into the game. So that's obviously a concern for us in this. But I wouldn't say it's a negative for us to be on top when the water break comes. It would just be unfortunate.
Clayton, good to have Rice back in the middle and Bowen out wide. That's about it, really. Yeah, I agree. I much prefer Wilshere. Just like, yeah, and what? Yeah, I play football. I play football.
What do you think of Tottenham? Rubbish. What do you think of rubbish, Tottenham?
I think he needs to reposition himself. His junk's a bit on show there. I
was going to say, I think I saw all of it there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did see far too much of Wilshere's. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Yes, Clayton, I agree. Having Rice back in the midfield, I think, is massive for us. I think he helps control the pace of the game when he plays in midfield. I don't necessarily like him when he's back at centre back, not because he can't play that position, I think, but it's just he helps control the game when he's in centre mid or defensive midfield. Yeah. Because his passing is so underrated as well, I think, as well.
I agree with that.
Like that. Do you remember that game earlier on in the season? The game we won 4-0 when I think Anderson scored his first goal. Was it against? Was it Bournemouth?
I think
game on New Year's Day.
We did beat. Yeah. New Year's Day. We beat
and Rice pinged just this left foot laser out to Anderson. So he's much better passing than people give him credit for, I think. Anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's just better than people give him credit for, but that's another problem for another day.
Bob Collison, Diop looks more composed. Do you reckon that maybe because he's got an actual centre half next to him in Balbuena?
I mean, it could be because he's got a partner next to him that he's used to. He's probably never really played with Rice before, whereas him and Balbuena basically played centre back partners for an entire season, and they were very good when they were together last season. So it could be just they know they have that better connection.
Lovely ball in behind. Jazza in the stream. How are you doing, Jazza? Nice to see you, mate.
Shout out. I love Lo Celso, man. I think he's so good. I've been a big fan of his since PSG. No, not at all. But I remember seeing it at PSG when he was a youth player, and he was playing more as an attacking midfielder. And then I was like, oh, he looks okay. And then he got moved to DM, and I was like, oh, hello, a bit of the old Pirlo vision about him. I'm not going to compare it to Pirlo directly, but
Chazza says Spurs trying to get in behind Cresswell worries me. Yeah, 100%. I think they know where to target. I think most teams that play us this season are going to know in these remaining games where to target. Unfortunately.
Well, I think the thing is that Fredericks isn't any better. I just think it wasn't as exposed publicly as Cresswell was against Wolves, which is the difference. I think you can expose Fredericks just as easily, but it's just not and Cresswell's going very far forward today. We're trying to move him to get into crossing positions.
He's much more effective when he's down there, but he just unfortunately doesn't have that pace to cover the ground to get back quick enough. 4 nows. What's he done?
You'll see.
Have that. Look, I love his haircut as well. It's like it looks like a toupee almost. What a boy. Love him.
No, not even close. Not even close.
We just can't get counter-attacked in games, says Juhaleto. Sorry if I've completely butchered your name. I agree. Just that no pace. I think everybody now knows that we need... Ooh, right on the Achilles. I'm sure Aurier probably hurt himself more with the roles that he had. Listen. Was he about to give him a yellow card, or did he tell him to stop being a pussy, and that's what he got a yellow card for?
Well, maybe. I back it if that was the reason.
I think we have all... Excuse me, is this game... It's not sending me to sleep, I apologise. Not one in 13 previous managerial meetings versus Jose Mourinho.
What's that? Ray, we'll catch you later. Thanks for joining us. Big man, Ray Boreham, Ray Force himself. My co-host, of
easy,
course,
Ray.
on the Hams Chat Patreon exclusive podcast, Two Spanners, One Hammer. If you're a patron, go watch it. If you're not, get involved.
I would not surprise if he comes off. That was actually a horrible challenge.
It was just it wasn't even close.
It was a raking challenge on the back of his Achilles.
I'd be disappointed if he went off because he's not very good. But
who is there?
That was terrible. Who is their right back? Backup. Now Walker Peters is off at Southampton. Who is their backup? I genuinely can't think of who it is. Oh, I guess it'd probably be Sanchez, and then they put
bloody hell. I know we've all got to wear outfits and stuff for them, the protection, but that looks like he's like about to take a bone saw to someone's leg.
He looks like Dr. Zed from Borderlands.
Some outfit.
I saw a guy. There was I can't remember what game it was. Which one was it? Was it United Spurs? Maybe it'd be all of them. When they were having a drinks break and they were going to disinfect the corner flags. And the guy was walking over there looking like one of the Ghostbusters. He had a big backpack on and a little spray thing.
Oh, the little spray things, yeah. They have Simanga, but he is injured. Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, he did. He broke through, didn't he, this year?
Right. Okay.
He did break through this year a couple of times.
Fourth place.
Seaside Hammer, great.
Does he? Didn't know that. Sorry.
Right back up, maybe. Yeah, they've got a few, haven't they? What was it? Seaside Hammer, great comedy triple roll by Aurier. Yeah, at first I thought that he may have hurt himself more with the roll than he actually did with the Achilles, but that was a nasty challenge.
It wasn't great. It wasn't great.
Shout out to 83 of you already in watching us. Similar numbers to the other day. If you haven't already, click a like on the stream and subscribe if you haven't already. Obviously, it helps us know that you guys want to see this sort of every week. When the games are back on, because they will be coming thick and fast. We'll be doing almost 2 a week, won't we, Charlie? So we really appreciate it. And yes, how much time from the fourth official? Tone says.
How much time would be added on? Probably 2, something like that.
Yeah, well, plus the 3.
I assume that's what Tone's reference.
Oh, there we go. David Luiz. I've just got a notification from Sky Sports. David Luiz close to signing a new 1-year deal at Arsenal. Interesting. He will be delighted with that. Yeah, great.
I think that's definitely going to solve their issues.
Why
Peter from Belfast Hammer. What up, big dog? I don't know why I said it like that. Good to see you, Pete.
Oh yeah, what did the Brighton game finish earlier score-wise? Did it finish 0-0?
I think it finished 0-0. I was sort of keeping an eye out, but I didn't see a goal go in.
It's bad news for us that they've picked up 4 points already in 2 tough games as well. Showing a bit of grit and determination, it seems. I do like Potter as the manager, though. Thought he did a great job at Osterson's.
Starlight Polestar. I tend to watch when you two are on. Not sure about the Scottish fella and the one that lives in the shed. I'm not sure about them either. Dodgy people. Dodgy blokes is what I would say.
the one in the shed.
Shed man.
I mean, Gonzo's had some interesting positions to record over the years. Shed and under the cupboard is Harry Potter-esque.
I miss the old school Hammers Chat fans and Hammers Chat forum users and all that. I missed Gonzo when he used to sit on his nice cream sofa.
Yeah,
his laptop was on the arm, and he'd just be like, "Good evening, guys." I miss that, Gonzo. Bring him back.
Somebody made a great point earlier. Apparently, there's something of Gonzo looking going around as the Tiger King at the minute. If anybody has a link to that, please put it in the chat.
We would love to see.
So I can actually see that, because I didn't even notice the comparison. But with that tash, I love you, Gonzo, but you're very, very Joe Exotic right now.
It's very exotic, isn't it? It's very
put goddamn
exotic.
perfume on my ankles. You're goddamn tiger trying to eat me.
I haven't actually watched it, you know.
Hey, it's so good.
I feel like I should.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. And Carol Baskin here.
I only know she says that because I saw the what's his name, Josh Peters video that he did with her.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Who's that? Eric Oldstead. Again, sorry if I butchered your name. Who's your favourite Spurs player? I think I know Charlie's.
Oh, Lo Celso. I love Lo Celso. I also. Oh no, Son. Scratch that. It's Son. Obviously, it's Son. Who's yours?
I was going to say, yeah, Eric Oldstead. Is that of all time or currently?
That's a good question.
Because that'll be interesting answers, because obviously we have a wide range of ages here in the chat. Some older, some younger.
It's a good opportunity. Oh, Bowen. It's a good chance, though. We're creating chances here. We are creating chances. we're getting into much better positions than we were against Wolves on a more consistent basis as well.
The offside.
Yeah. Opening 20 minutes, we're getting into better positions.
Okay, you choose. All right, how are we doing? One past, one present.
Okay, current, I would say Son. I really like Son. And of all time, you do current while I think of all time.
Okay, currently I would say I'd say Heung-min Son. I genuinely think he's world class. I really like him. I think he's a nasty player. Like he's got a real nasty streak in him. He's a spiteful player. But between him and Mora, I think he's just that's offside surely.
Yeah.
Was that an offside?
Yeah,
there we go. I'd have to say Son just because I think he really is gifted.
All time, I want to. Carrick's an obvious one, obviously, but if I'm picking a non-West Ham player, Dimitar Berbatov, man had control like Ronaldinho. It was a madness.
The thing is, I can't comment on anything before the year 2000,
sure,
really.
Yeah.
Even though I'm 95 born, it would be wrong of me to say he's. So I kind of have to pick in my lifetime, and I guess the players that obviously stand out are obviously Bale, I guess Klinsmann to a certain extent. Who else have you got? Defoe, Berbatov. I don't know. It's really good. Some of the older guys in the chat.
Modric.
Playing Hoddle.
I saw Ozzy Ardiles in the chat from Peter.
Yeah, Peter.
Michael Carrick, Bob Collison there.
Ginola, of course. Ginola was excellent. Yeah. Scott Parker, I guess, he played for both as well.
Yeah. Peter Bray, Ali. Currently, Ali's very good. Not quite there, but he's very, very
good. Antonio. Don't tell me. Give it 2 seconds. Oi! Good save. Yeah, sorry, Starlight. Older guys, you may have aged more gracefully than myself. So how about
I would go with wiser gentlemen. You know,
all-time Hoddle. Yeah. Again, I wish I'd have seen Glenn Hoddle play. Obviously, too young for that.
Yeah, in my mind, Glenn Hoddle's just a terrible commentator and a terrible pundit. And nothing else.
Jazza, Gidson Fernandez better not come on and do anything. Yeah, we discussed. Well, I said that before. You know who's coming on and scoring today.
And do anything. Don't do anything.
Well, I see that is the water break, so I guess it's time to rehydrate at home.
Everyone rehydrate. It's warm out there today. Get some H2O down here. Get some H2O.
Welcome to the rehydration station.
Rehydration station.
Madness.
Oh, bro, we've got to make a fake like sponsor. You know, like when you watch it when you definitely watch illegally on like American streams, and it'd be like the rehydration station brought to you by NatWest Bank. It's just lots of explosions.
They love their adverts. They go over the top.
I feel like we've got to make something like that maybe and just play it at this stage during matches.
How would you assess that then? That first 22 minutes, much better than Wolves.
Surprisingly better.
Moyes actually looks like he's giving people a dressing down, which is interesting to see.
Surprisingly better than Wolves is what I would say. I think we've created and put the ball into dangerous areas with a lot more consistency.
Jazza, listen, mate. Listen. If I could, I still wouldn't.
And listen, I could, but it's very warm in here. And also, I'm not wearing. If I was wearing the West Ham shirt from Saturday, which is a lot tighter than this, if I stood up, it would have been like a belly dance.
Got the spray out on the goal. That's it. Disinfect the goalpost. We might as well just disinfect all the players because they've all been close to each other. But I guess.
Do you see what I mean about it being a bit Ghostbusters?
Yeah, it is very backpack-esque. I really watched Ghostbusters before. Don't shout at me.
Moyes looks angry. How dare we attack?
How dare we?
How dare you attack?
Eric and Jazz, I'll see what I can do at half-time for you to maybe perk up your half-time viewing. People tuning in just see me doing some strange things.
They'll get hyped. Yeah, I think we've been better. We've been better so far. I'm actually happy with how it's gone. We're still a little bit suspect, but I mean we're going for it, and we can't. As Michael Owen said, when they don't score, they hardly ever win. So, you need to get a goal. You need to get a goal.
Bloody high line that from Spurs.
Yes.
That is incredibly high. And that's, I guess, the main problem with it. And then they can spring into counter-attack.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Soft, but... Yellow? Really?
Okay, now somehow you're before me. I'm going to have a little cheeky refresh.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. I didn't...
I mean, he's still not got a yellow card on my screen, so I'm going to do it.
That's soft, in my opinion, but...
I agree. I think
especially early stage, I think he's just set a precedent now for the rest of the game that every small foul is a yellow card. But I guess it is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Who is the ref? That's a great question. I didn't actually check to see who the ref was. Let's just quickly say here. Bill Tully-Bowen is a great buy, 100% effort. Completely agree. Has a lot of engine on him and actually makes an effort, which really showed the difference between him and Anderson the other day, which why a lot of fans were angry at Anderson. So yeah, there's going to be a red. I feel it coming potentially. Yeah, young Tom the pin-up. What does that mean?
Mate, he's just telling the truth, bro. He's just putting it out there.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
A bad shot.
I don't know what that means.
Bit of a scuff from the scuffs, but not bad.
I don't know what.
Jazza, do you play any instruments? Tom, do you play any instruments? I don't think you do. I've never asked you, but
used to. Somewhere in the loft. Silly giveaway there. Well done. Whoa, noble, careful, son. I used to play the piano. I was grade 2 piano, and then I stopped, and then I switched over to. Oh, go on. And then I switched over to the violin. Believe it or not. Well done, Cresswell. Well done. Oh, it was Rice. Sorry. Unlucky. Then I played the violin. Gave that up because the violin is crap. What a challenge. Surely you could have picked that up then.
I'm so significantly behind you somehow now, and I don't understand how.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. Go on, Antonio. Go on. Use your pace, son. He's just... Fair enough. We want to throw in. Then I played the violin, and then I switched to guitar. Realised he was onside as well. That is an absolutely unbelievable ball. Unbelievable. Then I switched to guitar, and I wasn't very good at that.
Sure.
So, yeah. I played the bongos a little bit as well for some reason. I had a good rhythm on the old bongos,
Nice.
What about you, Charlie? What instruments have you played before?
So I have. You can't see it properly behind me, but I've got an electric drum kit. I've done drums. I've got 2 guitars. I've got a didgeridoo. They're the ones in my room.
Just a didgeridoo in your room.
Yeah. The neighbours don't.
Bongo and belly dance at half time. But I can't do both, Eric. It's either or, mate.
I'll play the drums. You do the belly.
Do it.
Yeah.
I just be pushing belly in and out.
I also played piano for a time. I've also played violin for a very, very, very short amount of time. I had 1 lesson on the cello just because I wanted to see what it sounded like.
Glorious instrument. Have we just both realised that somehow we are slightly musical?
Yeah, I don't know how it happened.
You didn't even realise I ever tried to play the violin once.
I also have an incredible singing voice.
Well done, Antonio. See there it is. There is a reverse pass. Oh, too late, Jared.
I'm currently not even taking a throw in on my screen.
This is the bad thing because now there is nobody in at left back, and Son has got all day. Declan Rice covering. Well done, Dec. Well done. It's just standard, isn't it? We just come to expect that of him now, that he's just there to mop up anybody. Was that Bowen or Fornals that left the pass short then? I'm sorry if I butchered that one. You see, that's obviously the issue, is that I don't mind Cresswell getting forward if he manages to actually get the ball back, but when he doesn't, and he's then caught out and has to retreat the entire length of the pitch, we're going to get caught out. But thankfully, Dec is obviously good enough to get back there.
What time are you currently on? Just as a quick question.
29:39.
Okay, you're about 20 seconds ahead of me.
How has that happened?
I literally have no idea.
Sorry, mate. I will try not to.
Eric, that's fine. Eric, what guitars do you have, Charlie? I have 2. I don't know the names of either of them. One of them is the first guitar I ever owned. They're both acoustic. The second one is an acoustic electric guitar, which was my dad's. because he was an actual musician, as opposed to me, who just sort of plays but doesn't do anything with it.
My dad was actually. He was. Well, I say musician. I mean, Kane free header. He just gets really drunk sometimes. He gets really drunk sometimes, and then sings "Brown Eyed Girl" every time he gets drunk. Anyway, sorry, that's the extent of my dad's.
And when he passed away, I got his guitar amongst many things, so that's why I have.
I'm sorry, but you have the greatest hand-me-down that anybody could have left you ever in your room, that you showed me for the first time the other day.
Which one is it? Which one? You're gonna have to be more precise.
Who else in the chat? Who else has a grandma that left their grandchild a PlayStation 1?
Yes, yeah. When my grandma passed away, she left me her PlayStation 1 among. Oh no, that's all I got. That's all I got specifically.
Myself and Charlie were saying, "Yeah, sod the money. Give me the PlayStation.
Give me the PlayStation 1." It was a PlayStation 1 and a copy of Tomb Raider 2, Oddworld: Abe's Odyssey, and
Good switch.
Something else I can't remember.
I can't deliver the good ball. Clip said in there, West Ham Clip said in there, Rice's reading of the game is so special. You cannot teach that. You cannot teach that. He's so. Oh, well defended. Yeah, that's why I prefer him in midfield, because at least then he can sort of, especially being that sweeper in front of the back four, can cover positions if somebody's caught out, and he does it so well. We really are going to miss him when he eventually goes to a bigger club. It's very rare you see a player with that much just natural ability to read the game the way he does. You cannot teach that. It's simply amazing.
Also, yes, my nan was the person who got me into games. She played games. I think she bought a Sega Master System 2 when myself and one of my cousins were born, because we were born around the same time, about 6 months apart, something like that. So she bought one to sort of give the grandkids something to do, but then she got really into games herself, and so everything, all my gaming stuff is directly her fault. She used to have a subscription to official PlayStation magazine, the whole thing. Yeah, she was really into to Tomb Raider. I don't know why. That's just
Harry Murphy says, "Great stream, lads." I really appreciate that, mate.
Thank you, Harry.
Really appreciate that. A similar number of you, actually, that there was the other day. A lot of you that have returned as well from the other day. So a couple of new faces around as well, which is really nice to see. Obviously, our numbers usually pick up around half-time when people sort of want to get the different opinions and stuff.
Yeah.
If you haven't liked the video already and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Helps us out, helps the channel out, helps Geo see that these are actually working, and we like them. Maybe this will be so much better when we actually win a game.
It will be excellent, won't it? I can't wait.
Everybody's going to be just really happy in the chat. We get to celebrate.
My favourite comment ever, by the way, Jazza, FaZe Granny Walsh. She was out here blapping people, headshots for days.
Love that. Cresswell is becoming a defensive liability again. Yeah, I think that's the issue, is that clearly Moyes has told him he wants to push on, I think, a bit, maybe down that left-hand side. And whenever somebody's almost tried that reverse ball to him, he's either hit the first man and not got the ball in behind their defence, or the pass hasn't actually reached him, so then he's been caught out of position, unfortunately. I'm worried because I just don't think he's got the tank for 90 minutes to keep doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see a tactical substitution where he chucks Ben Johnson in when he brings Bergwijn on. That is a great ball into Son. Is that Son? No, it's Dele Alli. The problem with the Sky Sports mobile TV app, if anybody has it and they're on Vodafone, it's significantly smaller than any other.
Yeah.
I don't want to get banned from streaming, but it's like that size.
Yes.
So it's very small.
If we get banned, it's your fault.
It's my fault completely.
It's your fault.
Harry Murphy asked, best striker in... hang on a minute. We'll go quickly. Greg Milker. Sorry, I do not have my glasses on. Again, we should probably put these on so I can actually see people. Greg Milker says, does anyone know how to join those online watch platforms that they show on the TV broadcast? Is that the watch-along stuff they do on Zoom and stuff?
I think it's, when it cuts to them and they're all like, yeah. I assume it's done on a club-by-club basis, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I thought it would have done that. Harry Murphy asked, best striker in the world currently?
Lewandowski would be my gut reaction. Lewandowski.
Oh dear, Bowen's limping. That's really not good. Best striker in the world, Charlie. Who would you say, all time and current?
All time. I mean, my gut says Lewandowski. Most in form, I think you can make an argument for Haaland. Haaland has been unreal this year. I mean,
Lewandowski has been as well.
True, but I mean, Haaland's on like 14 already. He's not even played 14 games for Dortmund. He's really got 14 goals for him. He's been
cool. No, well done, Antonio. Positive. This is much better first half from West Ham. Much better. This is what the kind. I'm not saying we've been world beaters by any stretch of the imagination, but we are more compact and organised, it seems, in the Wolves game.
But I would say Lewandowski for best now, and an all-time Cotton Cole. You?
I'm surprised it wasn't Jordan Hugill.
Listen. He's got time. He's got time in his hands. He's got time.
Let's just see this corner come in, and then I will answer that question. Please, come on, give me something. I'm going to sit forward in my chair just in case.
He's getting into it. He's getting into
it. Come on. I know you're seeing the top of my head right now. Ooh, corner ball. Another corner. Goal kick. Okay. I would say currently right now, like Charlie said, I think on form, Haaland is spectacular. But I think for me, best striker in the world right now is Lewandowski. I think he's just an absolute bagsman. He just every single week he seems to score so many goals. I really like Lautaro Martinez at Inter.
Great shot.
My flatmate is half Italian. His family are all from the Milan region, so they're noble, careful. That
was very musical of you. Noble, careful.
So he's a massive Inter fan. So I've watched a lot of Inter this season when we've been watching. He's had to watch a lot of West Ham. And Lautaro is so good.
He's incredibly good.
I noticed today actually that Barca agreed a fee with Juve to sell Arta for 72 million, which I'm just thinking they're lining the back pockets, so they've got enough money to go after Lautaro.
I think they just really want to have as old a midfield as humanly possible. They see Busquets and they see what's his name, Vidal, and they're like, yeah.
But I thought you would have kept Arthur. Surely he's the younger out of most of them. Rakitic has never really been consistently playing for them. But yeah, because apparently Gabriel Jesus has been offered to Inter Milan for 70 million or something by his agent. I don't know. That's what my flatmate was telling me today, that he wasn't so bothered if Lautaro went, because apparently Gabriel Jesus has been offered to them. Don't know if that's true or not, but
I don't know. I think the Arta thing. I think Pjanic is going to go the other way, although I don't know about that. We'll see what happens. But I believe Pjanic is going the other way.
All time, I would say R9 Ronaldo Nazario.
I'm loving Eric's shout. All time Zlatan, current Zlatan. I mean, if you asked Zlatan, he would also agree with you. So I love that.
Am I in the camp of people that doesn't like Zlatan as a person?
I mean, you can tell us if you're in that camp. I can tell you you're wrong. Yeah.
I don't like the arrogance of the man, and I know it's only a joke. But go on, Fredericks, go on, use your pace, son. Use your pace. Go on then. Oh, dangerous ball. Oh, lucky. Much better. Yeah, Bob Collison agree, and this is much better the game so far against Wolves. Yeah. That was a good cross as well from Fredericks. I don't know. I think, and the fact that he bought shares in the team that he grew up, I guess the system he went through, which was I'm getting my words completely muddled here, but the system that he went through, he went through
Malmo.
Shares in
he went through Malmo, and then he ended up buying their rival club, basically, essentially.
Like, what? Why? Why? Why would you do that?
Why? Yeah, sure. No, I understand why people don't like him, but I think he's outrageously good. Harry Murphy 23. Who is the tallest and smallest member of Hammers Chat? If you're talking...
Wait, what does that say?
Who is the tallest and the smallest member of Hammers Chat? If you're talking out of the four of us, being myself, Tom, Gio, and Gonzo, Gonzo's the smallest, the shortest.
By a country mile.
And I think, off the top of my head, I think it goes... Who do you reckon's taller, me or Gio? I genuinely don't know. My gut says
I've got a photo of us all on my computer.
My gut says me, but I honestly don't know, and I think it's very close. But it would go Gonzo, Tom, and then either myself or Gio, who I think is very close, but I would say myself, but I honestly don't know. If you're talking out of everyone who appears on videos, I think Bez is taller than me. Gonzo will still be the shortest, but I think Bez is taller. And then there's Ash, who appears in videos occasionally, who's gigantic, who's just an absolute beast of a man.
Yeah, Ash is massive. He's massive. I'd say you were taller.
Okay, I think it's close though.
Yeah. That should be the half-time entertainment. Deep dive into Tom's picture album, which we did the other day, which was very fun. There we go. Big Mike. Oh, yeah, Jesus. Mike Monera's.
Mike as well, yes, an excellent shout.
He's very, very big.
Mike
big.
versus Ash for height would be interesting. I reckon Ash might have it, but...
Yeah, but Mike wears those big shoes with the big heels. He's given himself an unfair advantage. Ash is very tall and lanky. And loves his alcohol. A bit too much.
Well, I think he doesn't love his alcohol until he's drinking the alcohol, then he loves the alcohol. You know how it goes. Straight Polestar. Who's the most sexy in leather? I've never worn leather. I reckon I could pull it off. Tom, your thoughts?
I reckon. See, again, out of the four of us, I'd say if it was the four, then I'd say none of us.
No, you got to make
a
choice.
If it was extended Hammers chat community, I would say Big Mike. I think
Mike would pull it off. That's a great shout.
Mike can pull most things off. Most things off.
He would.
Jazza, pub's opening soon. What's the first thing you're ordering? First thing I'm ordering is a filthy spoon's breakfast with the largest pint of Guinness.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, sure. I would be involved. I would be involved with the breakfast, and I would maybe get probably a Pepsi Max. Although as you can see, I've gone down on that. I'm just on waters at the moment, but probably a Pepsi Max.
Conzo in leather with the tash.
Oh
yeah, get some real Joe Exotic tassely leather jacket going on.
Excellent shout, Rick. What's everyone else saying? What your first thing ordering a pub, guys? Going to a pub. What's the first thing? With a Coca-Cola. Shout out to my boy.
Craig Holloway said a second ago, we can't keep possession. Yeah, I mean, it's not been the greatest first half of football, I think, from either side. But at least I can say for us that it was
better than Wolves.
Resoundingly better than the Wolves game.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah.
Attacker 21.
Harry Murphy.
I was going to say Attacker 21. Thank you for coming back. Better than Wolves is the answer.
Better than, yeah. Somebody asked, was it Harry Murphy again? Worst interview story. Charlie, you can go first, mate. You've interviewed a few people.
Oh, okay. So it depends what interview you're talking about. Are you talking about a job interview, or are you talking about interviewing people? Because if you're talking about interviewing people, I would say I went to do the Iron Man premiere, and I was by myself.
I edited that video, I think, didn't I?
You did.
Or did something?
No, you did. No, yeah, you did. There was a backstory to that, but we won't go into it. I think, yeah, the Iron Man premiere was amazing. It was unreal to be there. But the two things that stand out are we got to interview some of the players, and I know West Ham Utd got to interview Bilic at the time, and I got to interview Ray Winston, who was a great interview and actually would have carried on talking. He was so easy to interview because he just wanted to talk about West Ham, and it was great. But he was really desperate for a drink, and so he walked over to me, and the first thing he did was he grabs my microphone, which I wish I had it to hand, but I have a shotgun mic with a big fluffy thing on it. Everyone calls it squirrel or dead squirrel when they see it. And he went, what the F is that? And I said, it's a microphone, Ray. Welcome to YouTube. I'm not professional in any way, shape, or form. And he went. Oh, I just want a drink. And then he turned round to one of the event staff and said, "Can I get a drink yet?" And they said, "Not yet, Ray." And he went, "Oh." And he turned around. He went, "Anyway, what's going on?" They scored. Okay.
West Ham.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm 10 seconds behind.
That is That is the worst thing. Oh, hang on a minute. Somebody just in the chat said possibly offside. Oh, okay. Please tell me it is. I genuinely didn't see that we conceded.
It's a great finish by Son. It's just gone in for me. That's how far behind I am. But that is an excellent finish from Son, to be fair.
Let's have a look. That's got to be...
Let me put it closer so I can see.
Please be offside. Please be offside. I genuinely didn't know that we... I didn't see the chat. I know people have said that they were. That's offside, surely. You better not get the benefit of the doubt. We actually need VAR in our favour. That's got to be offside. Come on now.
Mate, he's on. If he's
that
onside,
would literally be the worst time to concede after we'd performed a lot better than. Surely, go on, please.
He's offside. He's offside.
There we go. There we go. Come on, just get. That's exactly. Just get in at half time at 0-0. There's something to build on at least. That is margins so close. Get in. Finally, VAR to our aid. Yeah, same as the last match when I said no marking, just ball watching again. Yeah, that was. Nobody was watching Son over at the back post. Well, you can't complain, Son. You are offside, mate. Unfortunately, you may laugh, but you were offside, my guy. West Ham clips. Praise the Lord for Ryan Fredericks' arse. Yeah, give it up to him. Give VAR a new contract. Yeah, I love that. So my worst interview quickly, or actually, you know what, I might save it for half time.
We'll talk about it at half time. Well, I'll tell you what. Once I've reloaded this, because I'm so far behind, it's kind of a joke. So I'll reload it again.
Okay.
What's your minute and seconds?
46, 43.
Still 20 seconds behind somehow. Tom, just let me know if anything happens. I'll finish my story. Yeah. He was basically.
Come on, don't give that ref. Go on. I mean, if we can go and score up the other end before half time. Oh, Spurs have won it back. Just come on, West Ham. Just see it out. That's all we need is just going at 0-0 at half time. We are far too compact. Look at the space that he's got out on the wide side there.
But we need to be compact.
Great ball across. Oh.
We have to be compact. We can't let them through the middle. That's where they're going to want to be. Yeah. They're all their wingers as well, like cutting in and going for goal. We need to be compact.
Wow. My one of my mates from uni, that is a woeful shot. One of my uni mates who's a Spurs fan has just said that is a joke. I will be sure to remind him shortly that he's offside. I know it is a joke because if it was up to me, that kind of benefit of the doubt should go to the attacker. But do you know what? The way it is right now, I don't care. It saves us. Come on, boys. They're knocking on the door. We need half time. Let's get it in at 0-0. Oh, these are nervy moments, aren't they?
But the worst interview I had that day, and it wasn't bad because it wasn't necessarily bad, but the players very clearly didn't want to be there, and specifically Jose Fonte, when I interviewed him, very clearly did not want to be interviewed by me. So that was fun. There's a great picture I used to use where it was just him glaring at me in an angry way.
Tony said, just popped over to the Fighting Cock. They're not happy. Understatement. Some are scared Antonio will pop one in. Do you know, it's looking like this potentially that we may end up nicking something. I do not want to speak too soon, but yeah, I'm sure we will give our thoughts as soon as the whistle goes. Ref, if you wouldn't mind, that would be really handy. Come on, Craig Paulson. That's the ref.
You're not wrong, Clips. You're not wrong.
There we go. Half time. Okay. Shall we see if there's a few people that join us in this? Well,
let's talk about it. Let's talk about how do you feel going into half time?
Much the happier man today. Really happy. As Bob Colson put in the chat, and breathe. Yeah, 100%. I think we were much the better side than we were against Wolves, which is promising. Antonio looked like he was almost showing for the ball a bit more and trying to lay it off. Cresswell a bit attacking, but couldn't really find him in sort of space over on that far side, unfortunately, which has led to him being caught out a couple of times, but thankfully Rice is there to mop up as always. I think it's a much better half. I think we've obviously had more chances, but we've still got another 45 minutes is the issue. I'd like to see some subs, maybe not at half time, but sort of like 5-10 minutes after half time. Try and get some more pace on, or somebody like a Wilshere for Noble. I'm really worried that Noble's going to get himself sent off. I'm really worried. But yeah, they think this is it. This is the thing we said, is that we can accept defeat, but as long as we're showing the fans in these tougher games that we can actually put in an effort and a show for it, just give the fans something to be optimistic about. Is when we get to the games that we deem to be the easier games, that we can actually do something. But as Rick Howard said, not to piss on anyone's chips, but it was 0-0 at half time against Wolves. 100%. I just think that today we had a little bit more about us than we did against Wolves. So I guess on the whole, I'm happier than I was on Saturday, put it that way. I just hope that in this second half that they can actually, Moyes can tell the guys that, look, we've played well, we played a lot better, and it's there for us if we want it. But yeah, get a bit more pace in, maybe a Wilshere for someone like Noble and Anderson or some of the young lads. But yeah, it's a lot better first half today than it was against Wolves. What about yourself, Charlie?
Much happier. I think we're looking a lot more dangerous. We're getting the ball in good positions a lot more frequently. And by a lot more frequently, I mean more than the once we did against Wolves, pretty much. I don't think it's a complete performance by any stretch. I think we've looked a bit shaky defensively at times. They are very clearly targeting Cresswell. And they've sort of... The thing is, you're talking about compactness there. I think they have to be compact. We have to be compact. Because when you've got people like Son who can come in and one of the bigger problems against Wolves was we weren't super compact, and Raul Jimenez wandered through and got a header on goal, pretty much a free header, because no one was really even close to him. We're defending better, we're attacking better. It's not by any stretch of the imagination a perfect performance, but I'm certainly happier than I was. How's everyone in the live chat thinking going into this?
Just looking. Let's just quickly go back. Dreadful. The most exciting thing was the water break. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was dreadful. I think we at least showed the attacking intent a couple of times. Those last 5 minutes were very ropey, though, which is unfortunately there. Jamie Green says we need pace on the pitch to pin them back a little. Yep. Agreed. We did say before the game started there's hardly any pace in that side. Yeah. Anthony Ibekwem, I hope I said that name right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Otherwise, we played well. Bob Collison, Wilshere has to come on. Dylan West and Noble needs to replace at half. Miggsy says Noble for Wilshere. Ben Johnson for Fredericks. Fredericks has been a little bit of a liability at that right-back spot, especially towards the end of the half as well. Nick Thompson says Wilshere needs to get on for a few minutes for Noble. I think everybody's kind of in agreement that Wilshere needs some game time today. Yeah. Ray's back. He must have charged his phone.
Come on, Ray.
Because there are a lot of comments, because obviously people come in at half time because they're watching the game. So I'm trying to run through this as quick as possible. Mark Waters says, yeah, Noble was awful. We've got Fredericks' liability. Wilshere for Noble. Miggsy says Balbuena looks a bit more like the Balbuena of last season. I'd agree. I thought he was quite good in that first half. Yeah. Better, yeah, is the thing. And I think the fact that we have Rice in midfield to do the mopping up is much better for us anyway. To try and control, hopefully, the pace of the game in midfield. Must keep the ball better second half. Gary Porter says Noble needs to come off. He's too slow. Jamie Green needs someone clinical up top. Antonio's holding the ball up well, but none of the midfield can get up to help. Completely agree. I think he's doing the right thing today in holding possession up, but he's, like I said, hasn't got anybody there in behind him, unfortunately. Kay says bring a Jetty on. Antonio can't play lone striker. Zande Silva on for Bowen. Playing hoofball up to a guy who can't hold the ball up. Classic Moyes that.
It did create a decent opportunity when earlier on in the game. The first opportunity we really had was through lobbing it at Antonio, and he actually...
I'm not saying to do it every single time, but it's now and again.
Of course, yes.
Peter Cannon near half-time team was totally exhausted. We're leaving gaps at the back, 100%. That's why we need to see David Moyes. Substitutions earlier.
Let's ask some direct questions. I mean, guys in the chat, would you make any substitutions at this point? Tom, what are you saying? Any substitutions?
Noble for Wilshere, just simply for the fact that I think Wilshere's going to get probably some more game time today because Noble's on a yellow, and Noble looked like he's going to get sent off, potentially. And I think the other one maybe... I wouldn't replace a right back, not now, not when we kind of need potentially some attacking options later in the game. Maybe switch it around, but I would be tempted to bring on either Silva or a Jetty. I really want a Jetty to have a good run out. I think he's been sort of left out to dry a little bit. I don't know. Just he's not really had that game time, I guess. And people can say he's crap, but we've not really seen the best of him. So
we've not really
maybe
seen much of him at all. I mean, for me, I think I would consider bringing on the Yeti just because it will completely change the way we approach them. If they're coming back out thinking we're going to play like we've just done, and we bring on a Yeti to completely change it up, you can't say if you changed him for Fornals and put Antonio out on the left, for example. And I don't think Fornals has been particularly bad by any stretch of imagination, but what I mean by that is Fornals is tempted to just lob the ball into the box, and they're playing around some nice balls for Cresswell. Cresswell's getting some decent crosses in, but if Antonio's there, that's going to change the vector of attack, to use a term we like here in Star Wars. It would mean from instead of someone who's going to try and play their way into the box, it's going to be someone who's going to charge towards the box. And if you've got a Jetty in there as well, that gives them just more to think about. So I would actually consider that as well. I just, striker in a striking position wouldn't be that bad.
Oh, Bobby Moore in the studio. All right, Bobby, what man? Controversial one. I might even be tempted to bring Anderson on soon as well, as long as Moyes puts a rocket up his arse and says you actually need to do something and not be lazy. I think, basically. Just quickly, because I know a lot of you will jump in to see us at halftime and you're listening to commentary and whatnot during the games going on. There's an extra sort of 50, 60 of you in here. Please, even if you aren't sticking around for the second half, just drop a like on the video. If you're subscribed, if you're not subscribed, just drop a subscription to the channel. Really helps us, obviously helps us that you guys want to see it going forward. So like I said, even if you're disappearing at halftime, we don't mind. Some people want to listen to Martin Tyler and that's absolutely fine, but just drop a like.
Martin Tyler, listen, he's good, but he's not Carling. Okay.
He's not quite Carling.
Just
drop a like on the video.
So people in the chat, we've got Scotty D _WHUFC, Wilshire for Noble. I think that's one we're going to see a lot. For example, Harry Plums. Noble, red is inevitable as his legs go, get jacked on.
Oh, look. Sorry, that was really fun. I just saw the Spurs fans celebrating on VAR, and then they all have now got their head in their hands.
Oh.
Things you love to see.
Who else have we got? Bob Collison. A Yeti will have to leave his name on his shirt. Nobody will know who he is.
It would be like? It'd be like if he scored, it'd be like Perez when he ran over to the fans and did that.
Yes.
So he's at the back of the shirt. Do you remember that?
Everyone, this is who it is. Hello, good evening. I'd like to see the Scotty again. I would like to see Yarmolenko for Antonio and Fornals for Anderson. Interesting. I can see the logic. I would like to ask you which one, if Scotty, direct question, which one would be playing up front? Would it be Yarmolenko or would it be Bowen? Or would it be Anderson? I mean, we've had rumours during the week that Anderson is the one who Moyes looks at and goes, oh, maybe he could play. James gone.
Cheers, Eric. Just remind me every time I've got my bars out. I expect it from you now.
You're just going to have to accept the fact that you've got.
I'm just saying, I expect it now every time it comes out for Eric to comment it. So, yeah. Carry on. Sorry, as Miggsy says, carafe. It is a carafe, but apparently it's been dubbed the vase now.
Chris Topolondale, we are playing without a recognised striker, so bring him on a Yeti. So this is what I think. I just feel like having someone who has the movement of a striker would be super useful.
I'm just laughing at just the fact that the most talked about thing at halftime is either Wilshire on for Noble or the size of the cup I currently have next to me.
It is ridiculous.
Even the coffee. Look at the design on this. I'm sorry, just quickly. Like even this coffee mug is huge. Like just for comparison, this is a big coffee cup. We only do things in big things here. Big things
in that. No messing around. Michael Levy Jr. Moyes says 5 subs. I can't wait to see what 2 he brings on after 80 minutes. Yeah, a little bit. That's kind of what I'm expecting, unfortunately. That's a question. Sorry. Just quickly, Tom. Do you think he will change anything? Yes or no? And then ask your question.
Okay. It's kind of the same as that. Do you think he will change anything? I want predictions here for the first. If you win a vase. Give us a prediction for what time David Moyes will make his first substitution. So if you do, we'll find a way to get you this vase.
For a start, you're paying for the shipping of that absolute unit of a piece of crockery. I think 68 minutes, he will make one substitution.
After the last 5 minutes of that thing, I think it would. I'm saying 55th minute. I want to see us up, but I don't think
when
he'll
I
change
want
anything.
it to happen will be different.
I'd love to see a change at half time.
I want to see a change at half time, but I think 68th, and I think we might be, and it's going to be one of those ones where we're going to be like, change now, please.
I'm sorry, the last call. I won't do this again until full time. But there is 137 of you in there. There's 139 of you in here at the moment. If you haven't already, please leave a like. Really helps us out, and obviously it looks good for us at the end of the day on the channel. It helps the channel, and it shows us that you guys want to carry on watching that. So again, we appreciate every single person that's done it. I can see more people liking the video now. Myself and Charlie, I really greatly appreciate it. I don't think either of us could have imagined that there'll be, for us, a lot of people watching us, because obviously with this channel, Gio and Gonzo's baby, and they deserve all the views they get. But for you guys to be tuning in to watch myself and Charlie in large numbers has been really, really nice of you. So yeah, just drop a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't. Anyway, that will be the last reminder until full time.
Robin Bassam, when the main topic is the Vars, it shows we ain't doing bad. I agree with that. Although if it was up to me, we would only be talking about the Vars.
I was just about to say, is that Scotty D is in the one that's always on the boats? If so, Scott, nice to see you, mate. I
did not even put two and two together.
When you said see you down on the boat soon, I just realised that is.
Put two and two together. Good to see you, Scott.
Sorry, Scott. Yeah, nice to see you in there. Yes, it is. Yeah, lovely to see you, mate. Jeffrey Stelly, can't get enough of Charlie Walsh. Look at you. You are the star of this here show.
I could get enough of me all of the time. So just getting it out there is,
I get it 24/7, and I love it. I don't. Literally, just quickly, just before we start, I don't actually think that me and you have ever had a disagreement in the 5 or 6 years potentially that we've known each other ever. I don't think we have ever argued, have we? Ever.
No, we could have disagreements on topics, but we don't.
We
don't have a fight. We don't have any argument. We don't have an argument about it. We can have a frank discussion on whose fault the death in Warzone was. And it's usually yours.
You're wrong. It's you. You're wrong. Sorry, I was just going to say there's a couple of people saying that, yeah, we're doing great. Yeah, ditto that. Doing really well. Appreciate every single one of you. Apparently, when we say thank you to people, we do this.
I don't know what this is. It's just thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
You should get married, says Gary Hopper. Listen, it's on
the cards.
It's been discussed. It's been discussed. You need to work all the finer details out. Last things before the half starts. Fredericks is playing well, says Dylan Weston. His pace is so needed. I wish he was more consistent. I think everybody wishes that, mate. William Hammond in the last 5 minutes looked ominous for me, but we did okay. Chris Topper, will Moyes be proactive or reactive or neither? I'm just going to say neither.
Will he be conscious? No, I'm not sure.
Tone says, I'd like to see Fornals put in Noble's position. Noble off for Yarmolenko. I agree with that if Fornals wants to play in behind the striker, because I just don't think he offers any pace. Rick says, I thought you were praying that Spurs don't score. Hey, listen, Rick, I mean...
I'm not a religious man, but shout out to the big man upstairs right now. Do you not?
Yeah, listen, let's whap it out, right? Let's get it.
Whap it out. Along with the chest there.
Right, come on. Man. Come on now, please, I beg.
JC, do bits.
Dear Lord, somewhere if you're up there, pray for a good second half. I don't know what that was. Anyway, teams are coming out. I got Jesus a prayer to the Lord, our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ, that we have a better second half. Right. As we know, some of you will disappear at half time. It's been nice of you to join us.
Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. There will be, if you come here at full time, we'll be live very briefly until Gio and Gonzo are ready on their show. We will then drop the link directly in the live chat, so you can click on it and go watch their review. No effort is needed whatsoever. We will do all the hard work for you.
Yeah, what was it? I just saw Scott there. Right, I'm back to the game, boys. Nice one to see you soon. Yeah, nice to see you too, Scotty. As we say, I'm sure a lot of you will go back to the game. That's absolutely fine. But for those of you that are sticking around, get ready for another 45 minutes of tomfoolery. Yeah, it doesn't look like any changes have been made, unfortunately. But I'm expecting from 10 minutes on, I hope to see a change, is what I'm saying.
Like I said, I'm saying 68. I think we're going to get anxious, and then it's going to happen, and it's going to be 1, and we're going to be like...
Shizzo Bass, hi Charlie, how's it hanging? Greetings to Tom and Maisie. Should we get room for the live stream just really quickly?
While you do that, I'll say nice to see you, Schizo. Excellent man, excellent lad, Schizo. If you don't know, I've met him on the boats. He's a lovely man.
I hope you don't score, by the way, because I'm not looking at my phone.
Well, I hope you don't score because you're ahead of me. He's gone now. Let's talk bad about Tom. Look at the pins. Look at the calves. What a specimen. What an absolute specimen. Nick, doesn't look like any changes have been made yet. I don't think there have been. Tone, do you think all those fake home charts affect the away team at all? Probably not. I think it probably makes them laugh a little bit, but I don't think there's any negative effects to the home team, the away team, or positive, to be fair. I think it's just a bit weird. Do you expect Moyes to make any changes? No. Like I said, I reckon 68 minutes we'll get one change, Clayton. That's my bet. I just don't have faith. I don't have faith. I don't have any faith. Anderson just gives away too much and doesn't care. Not a graft, and certainly not cut out. There he is. There's Maisie. Not cut out for the game. No way. Fair.
Hello, I'm back. Apologies.
No one said anything.
You're going to come say hello to the live chat, are you? Come on then. There we go.
Maisie.
There we go. Just for you, Shizzo. There you go. Just for you, mate. She's had a beauty parlour session today. She's had her nails cut for the first time in lockdown. Had a nice bath for all you dog lovers. She's had a pamper. How have we looked in the minute that I was just downstairs? Just... Rick, I see you. Tell him they're 1-0 down. How dare you? How dare you? Like I wouldn't notice. She's a good girl. Oh, so cute. Nice dog. Yes, she's a good girl, aren't you, mate? You are a good girl.
That's the kind of benefits. No other West Ham watch along, to my knowledge, is bringing dogs in. You know what I mean? That's the kind of level you're getting here.
The thing is, she's a Hammers Chat legend. Like I said, this dog single-handedly raised money for the live stream in order to see me twerk.
That did happen. That literally did happen. So can I just get a quick time check from you, Tom?
47:54.
Cool. You're somehow even further ahead of me now, despite restarting my whole phone and everything. So we'll just have to live with that.
Tell me, Rob from Maisie. Got to mute you, lads. You're far too ahead of my stream. Sorry, mate. Apologies. We're all on different levels of stream. I'm just going to let her out quickly.
Cheers for listening, though. Schizo. Of course, there'll be the review at full time, as previously stated. Favorite flavor of cheese and onion crisps, lads.
A bit difficult.
It was. I struggled. My favourite flavour of cheese and onion crisps is cheese and onion crisps.
I was going to say, is that a trick question?
I'll tell you, if you want to talk about cheese and onion crisps, Max do good cheese and onion crisps. I will say that. Favourite flavour of crisps in general, though, salt and vinegar.
Can't Tom pause for 10 seconds? I wish I could, but for some reason, whenever I pause, my stream just catches back up to where it was and starts pausing it. Could you imagine how bants that would have been if Eric Dyer just walked up and swazzed one into the top right-hand corner?
It would have been very, very bants. On a scale of 1 to 10 on bants, it would be very bants.
On a scale of 1 to 10 on banter scale, it would have been an 10.
Would have been a solid 8.4. Used to love Golden Wonders, now McCoy's. Yeah, I respect that.
Golden Wonders? What's Golden Wonders?
Golden Wonders, they're the... I was going to say it's the one which says Golden Wonders on the front. Of course it is.
The one called Golden Wonders. That's a really good ball in behind. Harry Kane. You just keep yourself quiet, Harry. Don't need you getting any ideas of scoring. That's a really good ball in behind. He's off. No, he's not. He's been played on by Diop, I think, there. This is going to be the time where we have to really batten down the hatches. I think these next 10-15 minutes are going to be balls to the wall. Yeah. It's going to be balls to the wall for the next 10-15 minutes, I think.
Jay, how many times are they going to get in behind Chris?
Oh, ref.
Is the answer.
Surely that's... Sorry, Charlie, I know you're ahead, but that's... Yeah, there you go. That's...
Ahead, I'm significantly behind Magic.
That is fair.
I'm still looking at replays of Harry Kane missing.
Jeffrey Stelly says, I'm going to miss most of the second half to go coach or practice. What should we work on today, Charlie? What are you practicing?
That's a great, what are you coaching?
Listen, if it's basketball,
you need, this is the boy you need. He's got certificates, okay? So if it's coaching basketball.
No, it's US soccer, unfortunately. Okay. Hang on a minute. That's a good ball. Go on, Bowen. Go on, Bowen. Whoa, look at that. Good effort.
I would say, Jeffrey, the importance of gamesmanship.
I was about to say, the importance of substitutions by David.
Influenced by David Moyes, a.k.a. Not that point.
I get wins is what I do. I get results.
Just saw that Bowen shout. Yeah, winning is what I do. Winning is what
I do. They should have fired Moyes at halftime. I wish. At this point,
it wouldn't be bad. It would not be bad.
Okay, definitely work that into the plan today. Listen, here all week, free of charge. Yeah. You need tips on subs and gamesmanship. We're you guys.
Yeah.
The longer this game goes on at 0-0, I just think the chances are going to start opening up for us. I hate it. It's like it's ingrained in you as a West Ham fan that you're just always optimistic, even though you know fine well that it's not going to happen.
It might happen. I don't think it will, but it might happen.
Who would you say has been our best player so far? I'm going to go to the chat as well. Clayton Thomas so optimistic. If you'd have heard me the other day, I was the complete opposite Clayton. But for some reason tonight, the more this game goes on at 0-0, I'm slightly more optimistic. Who would you say the chat? I think it's been Declan Rice personally tonight. I think he's been the best player for us. What about you, Charlie? What would you say?
Yeah, probably. I don't think there's been any particular massive standouts. I think Antonio's been better. I think he's been more involved, but probably Declan just because he's been doing a lot. But that's sort of what he does.
We just expect. It's quite sad, really, in a way that goes unnoticed almost these days with us because we just expect it from him now. It's such a luxury to have. I think it's much better play, lads. Nice 1-2 football. We'll play. No, like a nice passage of football. Well done, Antonio. Go on then, boys. Imagine how muggy it's going to look if we score and then VAR. Oh, Noble!
Quite muggy.
Oh. Come on, boys. Come on. No, I'm optimistic now. Come on. These chances are going to start appearing for us. They really are. They really are.
I'll let you know when this shot happens on my screen.
I'm so sorry.
That's right. Oh, I was close.
Oh, wait, is that 4 nows?
Or yeah, it's Noble? 4 nows. It's 4 nows.
It was, okay. Sorry, Noble. Again, I'm looking at ants on my screen. Oh, that's twice now. Right, Charlie, I'm just going to allow you to watch what happens.
It was a great cross.
Just watch what happens, Charlie, and you tell me what you think.
It was a great cross. Frustrating finish. Very frustrating finish.
I'm just going to allow you to watch this and just, you're going to enjoy what's about to happen.
Am I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Mikhail?
Oh!
Do literally anything else, please. Thank you very much.
This is what we call turning up. We are dire. Listen, Clayton.
Not wrong.
Me and you, I've seen you in and around these live chats. We used to talk all the time in the live chats. Yes. I respect your opinion wholeheartedly. Mm-hmm. But you are wrong, sir. We are going to win, yeah. No, I'm only joking. I'm just trying to be optimistic because it sucks to be so negative, I guess, all the time. But
yeah.
And Jazz is right. Fornals has had all the chances as we restarted. I know both the chances have gone to Fornals. Both arguably he should have buried as well.
And the thing is, usually he's very composed. The first one was obviously a lot more difficult, and that one was, it's the sort of shots you take when you're not match fit, if you know what I mean.
Oh, we've just hit 100 likes on the live stream. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate that. Oh, I've just seen... Who mentioned Dele Alli's tash earlier? My word, that looks wrong on him. Do you know what I noticed earlier? There was a question that myself and you we didn't acknowledge earlier, but somebody said to us, how did we get our haircut in lockdown, apparently, Charlie?
Yes.
Did you see that?
I didn't. I haven't, is the answer. I haven't had my haircut. I had an incredibly short haircut just before lockdown happened. And since then, it's just been growing. But I appreciate it. I'll take that as a compliment.
Kieran Carr says, "Where's Gio? Where's Gonzo?" We've kidnapped them, Kieran.
They are ours now.
We own.
And the only way that I'll ransom is a like and subscribe, please. Like on the stream and a subscribe, and they might turn back up for full time for a review. We can't. No promises. No promises, Kieran. They will be back at full time for a review. If you stay, there'll be a link in the chat. You can click on it.
They're safe. They're fine. Ref, we'll have that. Thank you. They've given us the reins to do these watch-alongs, Kieran. So, fortunately, you have to stick it out with us. We will try our best to keep you entertained as Charlie tucks into a club.
No, it's a hot dog chocolate blackjack, Tom.
Ooh, blimey. Bone really has impressed me with his work ethic. Like there again, great hustle. Yeah, well done. Well done. See, this is unfortunately for Felipe Anderson what has made him so.
So it's stark. The comparison is just very stark.
And thankfully for. Oh, lovely 4 now. Go on then. Or is that Declan? That was Declan Rice. Go on then, Rice. Ooh. Come on. Sorry, that's probably gone right down everyone's ears. My word.
That's not bad, though.
The skill with his feet. Ooh. The boy's been playing FIFA. Looking like me in Weekend League. Go on then. We are playing well here, Seaside Hammer. We are. It's only our second corner of the game. Interesting.
It's the hope that kills you, Seaside. It's the hope that kills you.
That is an interesting corner setup. There's just one person as Antonio on the keeper, 2 groups of 2.
Antonio just giving him something to think about.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Has it gone in? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. He's just... I'll tell you this about Kane, right? He scuffs so many shots. And I'm not belittling him as a striker because I do think he's utterly brilliant. But my man's scuffs per minute are very high for someone of his caliber. That's 2 times in this game he's done it, and he does it frequently as well.
Oh, there you go. 55 minutes. Jose's doing the right thing. He's making a substitution.
Is it Bergwijn?
Lamella on Dele Alli.
Okay.
I agree with that. I think Dele's been crap tonight.
He needs to be just been anonymous, really.
Lamella's been very good the other game for Tottenham, as you said.
There were a couple of problems in it, but he could have done some stuff.
Ali does not look happy at all.
The thing is, Ali's one of those sort of players you think would thrive under Jose as well, but it's just not quite happened yet. Well, he's just come back from suspension. I don't know much of him.
What time are you on, Charlie?
I'm on 59, 17, 18, 19.
Oh, we're equal now. I paused it.
Love that.
We're equal.
Love that.
Oh, bro, I love Declan Rice so much. What? I said he's passing.
Bloody hell.
Go on.
Antonio? Oh. You're just slightly ahead. Just slightly ahead, but what a pass. Were we equal when I said that?
Pretty much, yeah. I think I'm a second in front, so this is much better for the live stream now.
Much better.
Oh, I tell you what, Declan Rice is passing.
But he's got... Yeah, Antonio just hit it at a completely wrong time. Bounced up and then he hit it, as opposed to hitting it on the way down where... Unsurprising, but he did have to stretch for it. To be fair, he did have to stretch.
Antonio blowing already. I agree.
The thing is with Antonio is he looks like he's always blowing though. It's part of it. I don't disagree. I do think he's starting to look leggier. But I know when I go to the stadium, if I'm close enough to the pitch, I do tend to watch him a lot just for positioning purposes, and it always seems like he's blowing. It's very weird.
He always does that thing where he walks back with his hands on his hips, doesn't he?
Yes, yeah.
And yeah,
we need Haller back for Chelsea. I do just agree with that in general. To be fair, Jay, I do just agree.
I think it'll be I mean, if he's back for Chelsea, do we trust he's going to get the same sort of service? Done, Decky, well done. Oh, Bueno, that you're stupid. What are you trying to do there, son?
I mean, you didn't really have much options.
Way, Fredericks, good man, good man. I really need us to make a sub soon. Whoa, Balbuena, whoa. Balbuena, man, we were praising you at half time.
I will say that defending against Lamela there was decent. The second part, the first part, obviously a bit dodge. The second part though was decent. Like he harried him well. Him and Diop. It's iffy. Don't get me wrong. It's iffy and it's not. It doesn't make you confident, but it does mean that Lamela can't get his shot on target.
I'm just, please, David Moyes. Let's make a substitution, please. Please. Do
you know what,
Tom? Let's go back and let's see who wins the minute game.
I'm just saying. I said 68.
Robin Bassam, you have been eliminated. The 59th minute.
Right, I wondered what the hell you were saying there.
A lot of 67s in there. 63 for K. Well, that's coming up, K.
I don't know. The 67. Okay, I said 68, and then everyone went 1 minute before me. I'm not sure about that.
Eric said 68. No, Eric said 71. I want that vase. Sissoko. Come on, we really are. We need a sub.
They're starting to camp us in our box a little bit here. Pennis in. It's a good cross, no one near. Last time that happened against Wolves, there was a goal about a minute later, so get hyped.
Get hyper.
Shout out to Droidka.
Get hyper. Spurs corner. What can they make of it?
Is that Souček?
When your luck is down, your luck's always down.
And the worst thing is this is a Jose side. So the second something like this happens, he can go more defensive. He can sort of afford to sit back a little bit because he'll take a 1-0. He'll take 1-0 all day.
This is when David Moyes needs to get a substitution on.
Oh, he's so unlucky as well.
I know. Ugh.
The header from Moura and it just deflects off him.
So unlucky. But it's in keeping with just when you're down, stuff like this always seems to happen. I feel almost like I now feel almost like hang on, are they reviewing it? Why would they review that?
I think they're probably reviewing it, but I can't see a way in which it gets ruled out. There's nothing there. There was no handballs, no offsides.
Yeah. Subs need to happen now. I would say almost. I wouldn't say unfair, but I think.
I wouldn't say unfair. I would say unlucky, unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because I do think they've been the better team in the second half.
Yeah.
You know.
I am going to just say E. Casey in the chat because if I say your first name, mate, you give me dog's abuse. Is that Owen Casey?
I believe it's pronounced Owen, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Spurs deserve it. To be fair, I know you said you're a Spurs fan. More than welcome, mate. Be in here. We have no issues with that.
I think like to know, on second half performance, I would say they probably would deserve to be winning, but at the same time, I don't think we've been abject. I think the fact it's an own goal probably shows the closeness of it.
If Owen is in here with the if what my friends that are Spurs fans are saying is true, I think that Jose often does, and he'd done it previously, does go very defensive and decides to park the bus with sort of half an hour to go. So hopefully, oh my God, is he pointing for a substitution?
Sorry, Kieran Carr.
He's looking at him like
Kieran Carr. Thomas Souček, more like Thomas own goal check, is maybe the greatest. That's up there. That's up there.
Right.
Oh, what? Okay. So what time is this officially coming on? Because we need this for competition purposes. I think I'm going to be infuriatingly close.
I don't think anybody guessed 66th minute, but by the letter of the law, the 66th minute on the screen is also the 67th minute because
it would be 67.
1 is 1 minute.
I'm absolutely fuming at this.
Yeah.
Come on, just waste time for like 45 seconds. Come on. The second it goes over 67, I'm on it.
Just don't let our heads dip now.
I'm on for a dub.
Everton FC is the best. What's the score? It's 1-0 Spurs at the minute, mate. Own goal from Thomas Souček, unfortunately. Go on there, Jared.
It's not a bad opportunity.
Oh, that is a foul and a yellow card.
That's a big foul. Yellow card for Davis makes sense. But that's where you want Bowen. You want Bowen with a bit of space in front of him, running at people. Either that or getting on to the end of it. That's what you want.
Greg Milker says, "Why are we not making subs on this set piece?"
I agree. I need the dub. Can we get a sub, please? Just a single one for now, and I'll be happy.
I'm going to have to switch my light on in a sec because the natural light is fading, so I'll wait for this free kick to go by. I think it's a bit too far out for Crespo, unfortunately.
You never know.
IMO.
I'm saying Paya-esque top bins. Here we go.
Oh, God, I do miss that man so much. I do miss him. Oh, come on, West Ham. Dare I put my glasses on so I can actually see the game?
Welcome to me.
Over the cross.
Not bad.
We need to go at Spurs now in this last half an hour. We do not need to rest on our laurels. We need, like Martin Tyler literally just said on commentary there, need to take a few more chances. I think that comes with getting a few subs on as well.
We need to create a bit more, Second half we've really struggled to create. That's
bullshit.
Yeah, Jazza, we need a recognised striker who knows how to hold the line. I don't necessarily. I don't disagree. I think Haller would be perfect for it, but I think the problem partly is. Do you know what? It's not a problem. I think we need a striker on who can preoccupy the line, the back line as well, because that's obviously not.
We should get up before the 70th minute.
I just we'll talk about it in a second. We need someone who can preoccupy the back line. We need something a bit more. Maybe you'll get him next time Everton FC is the best. We've got Chelsea next, so I doubt it. Everton, but we'll see what happens. I wonder how many Moyes points from behind status stacks up against other Premier League managers. That's an interesting question, Tone. I've never seen that stat, but I'd be interested to see it. I'd be very interested to see it. I would suspect very badly, but I'm not certain. Boring, predictable subs, VAR.
Hey, Owen Casey, really appreciate that, mate. Listen, we're not the kind of supporters that would sit there and belittle Spurs. We're very praising of some of Spurs' players at the start. We've always tried to remain a very objective channel in terms of that. So
yeah, of course, yeah. And it's not just us two as well. If you watch the preview, you'll see Gio and Gonzo are also very, very fair on Spurs. I think it's not one of those things where, we have a pop-off. We'll tell it how it is. For example, Bergwijn coming on will be a nightmare for Cresswell. Is telling it how it is. But thank you, appreciate that.
106 of you now like the video as well. Oh yes, sorry, how could I forget? Rehydration station.
Of course, yes. Rehydration station brought to you by Chew It. I like to chew it with
Geico. Brought to you by Geico.
Yeah, I was going for
more for your insurance.
I was going for disgusting things you'd find in a corner shop is what I was aiming for. It's Chew It.
That's usually for any Americans that are currently in the chat. Pretty sure Geico's like the main one with the little lizard that the English lizard runs across the screen.
Brought to you by Bounty. Ooh, it's been absorbed.
Brought to you, but yeah, can you imagine the English versions of that? Brought to you by Daz. So who we got there? Bergwijn is on. Rice is Bergwijn.
Noble and Fornals off. Lanzini and Anderson on.
Okay, all right.
A bit more attacking. Not by much, but a little bit.
A bit more attacking. Guess it's all we can ask for. I really would be tempted to get Antonio off.
Yeah, as
maybe. Bring a Jetty or Silver on up top. It's always brought to you by Hyundai nowadays. Yeah, but they don't say Hyundai in America. They say, brought to you by Hyundai. Hyundai.
Yeah.
Oh, Felipe Anderson, go on then. Let's see your best from you tonight, my guy. Come on.
Can you tell we both watch American shows and American sports? Brought to you by Hyundai. And then there's a little video of a car doing a bit of a drive through a forest.
Owen Casey said, was Son's goal badly offside? No, it was minute.
It was VAR was necessary for it.
Arguably, if we had have had it, I would have been hard done by if it had been given against us. But unfortunately, just the way the law has it right now, it's obviously going to be. It's going to be deep offside, unfortunately.
All praise Frederick's bum.
Have to get Silver on, says Jazz. He's an unknown quantity. I agree, mate. I agree.
I just either of them at this point. I still just have more faith in Yeti than Silva. I also think Silva is Silva a natural striker or not? In my head, he's always been a wide forward.
Yeah, a right winger, right forward type position. Yeah. So I've got Martin Tyler in my ears. Completely agree. Just saying, I'm just happy Arsenal are as rubbish, to be honest. Hey, listen, at least we agree on some things.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Take the L's.
What was it I just said there? What was I about to say, Charlie? I can't remember. Yeah, that was it. Martin Tyler just said West Ham, you feel are going to have to press a bit higher. Cresswell, my word. Just on the exact thing that he did against Wolves, and thankfully Bergwijn's cross was not good enough.
I think you've somehow gone significantly ahead of me again. I don't know how. I've not touched my phone, but...
Maybe because I updated to iOS 14 today. Everything is.
That's what it is. How are you enjoying the Android look? Good? Bad?
Weird. Very weird. For those of you that have updated to iOS 14, or not, some very strange widgets going on the home screen. I do not like it.
How long do you think until the next stop? Memorial, how long do you think until the next sub? 79 would be my bet.
89th minute. No, I reckon, somewhere probably too late, unfortunately. Really, really, really do believe that Wilshere should have got some minutes tonight.
Arnautovic would have been great for this game, Jazza. Yeah, probably, but I mean, he would be great for any game, to be honest.
Cresswell put a challenge in, Charlie. Woo! And then
look forward to seeing it.
Anderson gave the ball away like an idiot.
I'll let you know when Cresswell tackles.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, there you go.
Can I help you? Whoa, you can stay there. Whoa, go back. Go back. There's a live stream here, you idiot. What's up?
What a time to be alive. I'm just gonna...
Say again.
Just gonna mute Tom while that happens. Is Haller injured? Owen, yes, he is. Haller is injured. Welcome back, Tom.
Sorry, yeah, well, how it goes.
He is. He got injured just before the first game back, just before Wolves. Currently out.
Lanzini coming in the back post. Is it bedtime, Tom? No, Jazza, it's not. Shush! Don't tell her. She'll send me to bed.
She'll realise what the time is. Oh no!
Yeah, Lanzini at the back post. That was unfortunate. I do not like these balls that go outside of. Oh, played quickly. Anderson. Oof. My guy is not playing with any confidence right now, is he?
Anderson is completely shot. His confidence is completely and utterly gone. And if you have a better manager, then you deal with that. But unfortunately, we have David Moyes, and he can't deal with it, apparently. You have several months to build the guy's confidence back up, and he comes back with the same energy that he had before.
David Moyes, I love it. Quickly, the camera's on me. That way, lads. That way. Do that.
Oh, wait for it.
Oh, wait.
He's still not done it yet. Oh, he's having a little talk, hands on hips. It's a strong look. Oh, there he is.
Go on, lads, quickly. Away. Go that way. Attack.
I like the way he was literally shouting that way as well. That way. That way.
Get there, son. Get there. Ref pushed him. That's a foul, surely. Yeah, well done, Antonio. Well done. Fo says Lanzini looks a little sharper. I hope so. I haven't really determined that yet. That's a stupid foul, though, by Sissoko.
That way. That way.
Come on, look. This is the thing. This is what all the Spurs people I know say is that Mourinho just loves to shut up shop at.
This is the thing. The second they went 1-0 up, they could afford to do that. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not.
Come on, we got the best part of 15 minutes. Oh, go on, keep it alive, keep it alive. Bowen. Oh no!
I look forward to seeing it.
Oh.
I look forward to seeing it. Here we go. Cross coming in. Oh my god. It's not our day. It's not our day, bro. I don't want to say it, but it's not our day.
See, if I'd have seen this West Ham on Saturday against Wolves, my confidence would have been so much higher going into the remainder of these games. Look at them, bloody hell. Play safe. He was in his own half.
I mean, this is still better than Wolves. It's still not good enough, but it is better than Wolves.
No, it's a better
step in the right direction, I guess.
Spurs. So look, Spurs are coming off the ball here. Let us know if we. Let us know what we think in the chat here. But Spurs look to have just tried to almost not shut up shop, but play a bit more
conservatively.
Yeah.
Play like this against Chelsea, and we'll get a point. AMOJ, fair. Tone, are we shutting up shop against an opponent who's parking the bus? I think yes, that is the answer to that question.
This is why I think Silva would be perfect right now.
Yeah, give it a bit of energy, a bit of youthful exuberance in there.
Ooh. Youthful exuberance, Charles.
Yep.
I love that.
That was that English language.
Gaz are not happy. Get Anderson off now. I take it he's done something stupid, and yeah, woeful touch. His confidence is shot. It really is. He wasn't helped out by the pass there, unfortunately, but
his confidence is shot. And when someone's confidence is like that, it's a managerial thing.
Clayton, get Noble off now. Yeah, I know, man. Should have been saying it since half time. We should have subbed him off. What minute is the game in? Well, myself and Charlie are currently on 79 minutes. This Bergwijn was in, but he's retreated.
Yeah, we're currently about to hit 80 minutes.
Lamella's showing on his left foot, but he's avoided.
We're slightly behind everyone else because we're both watching on Now TV via our phones.
come on. I'm still optimistic. It's still there for us if we can just seize the.
But that's the thing. That's the thing, right, about Mourinho at the moment. If he shuts up shop and goes for 1-0, which he probably will, because that's what he'll do, and only go for counter attacks, which he's currently doing, then all it takes is for us to get one chance and to take it, and then all of a sudden it's a completely different. It's a completely different. What's the word I'm looking for? Vibe. You know, it's a completely different prospect. But unfortunately, like, I just don't see us creating the opportunities right now. The first half I did, but not in this half.
Yeah, and I know Anderson obviously is rightfully so, in my opinion, has copped some flack this season specifically because he's not been up to standard. But there is such a talent in there, but it's just his confidence is just really low. And it's what Lazio fans warned us about. Really, was the fact that obviously he does go hot and cold, but I did not expect him to blow hot and then cold for entire seasons.
Yeah, you know? And it's not even the part of it is that, but also part of it is like he was used as the substitute for Lazio as well. He was the 12th man, as they put it. He was the guy who would always be the first one to come off the bench. And if you're the first guy coming off the bench, that's a completely different prospect to the whole game having to go through you as it was for Pellegrini. And I don't think Moyes just isn't helping him.
Antonio, man. Spurs are countering, and he's literally in. Defence he's not missing this one-on-one, is he? For fuck's sake.
So it's 2-0 according to Tom. I don't know yet. Antonio with just the suicidal play through.
Where was the defence? Where was the defence? He's onside. Game over.
Yeah, it's yeah. It is what it is. I mean, what do you expect? Again, they were just going for the counter after the first goal. We pushed forward too high to the point where who was on the line? I think it's Balbuena and Diop, who were nowhere near close to each other on the line. Kane runs through, easy finish. Good finish. It's a good finish at the end. Composed finish, but so disgustingly easy. So disgustingly easy.
Jose, I love that.
Yeah.
Just for the comments made the other day by Paul Merson. Right. The thing is, though, if we are now going to lose the game, let's just make a couple of substitutions and just get a look-see if Silva and or someone like a Jetty.
Wilshere, there's people, Yarmolenko, there's people on the bench he could bring on. Except he's gone for probably the two people on the bench everyone else would pick last. He went for Lanzini and Anderson. And it's like those people are both very, very talented footballers. Neither of them are particularly confident. And except you've got a bunch of people on there who will be dying to prove themselves. And instead, he's gone for the other two.
Yeah. Greg says, Clayton says, agree, Tom. Nothing to lose here, says Greg Moyes. We have subs, use them. Literally that. Jamie Green says, well done, guys. I can't watch any more of the game, and you two poor lads are watching it still. Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, it's all right. We do it for you guys. Lanzini is playing well, boys, says Fo. Are you taking the piss here, Fo, or are you...
Is he better than usual? Yes, but it's not anything to write home about, and also it's way too late is another problem for that. But
James Gunn says, don't worry, lads, we've got this to look forward to next season too, even if we go down. We've got to be careful, because I think if we do go down, the trapdoor may be open to League One again. Bob Collison said, Moyes' Groundhog Day. And some. Reese Q says, think West Ham are staying up this season, lads. I still say yes, because I'm an idiot, but I still believe that we do have some of the easier games coming up, but we are really going to have to pick our socks up very soon.
I think we're very heavily reliant. And I know people disagree, but I think we're very heavily reliant on Haller coming back. I think the last couple of games where we were looking actually really good was partly down to him and Bowen linking up some stuff there. So I think once we can get an actual striker that Moyes apparently wants to play onto the pitch, then we might be able to do something a bit different. But at this point, we're not. We're just not. It's very Pellegrini right now.
It's very close as well. Owen Casey says, yeah, still have 8 or 9 games left. I hope you don't get relegated. What, so you can beat us every season and take your 6 points?
Yeah.
How dare you?
How dare you,
That's, I think, what I said to to see. Look at that, they're 2-0 up and they're making a sub. Interesting. Shout out, David Moyes. It's like I said to we were talking sort of Hammers chat the other day. I think the worst thing is that we are celebrating other teams' wins against other teams, and that's just not where you want to be. It's just negative style at the minute. I know some people will say we'll go down, and I could agree with that, because originally I said we were going to go down, but when I tried to work the results out, I did have us staying up by a couple of points.
I'm becoming more and more convinced we will. Tone, for example, we're going down IMO. We have the worst manager in the Premier League who's demonstrated no ideas of how to proactively grab survival by the nads. And to be honest with you, mate, I kind of agree with you there. It's a shame. On the nads is an excellent phrase.
There is an imposter in the chat.
Is there? Oh, that's an imposter. You.
Which member of my family is that? Ben, is that you? This might be my brother. Is it my dad?
It could be.
I don't know. Probably Ben. Probably Ben, knowing Ben.
But After's 32, I think you are correct. No wonder. I mean, if he's looking around and he's thinking, I can't even get into this team, then why would he hang around? Why would he hang around? Didn't even notice until you pointed it out.
I do not understand for the life of me why he's not just, with nothing to lose, just put a couple of subs on. The games are about to come thick and fast as well. Like, take Antonio off, rest his legs on the off chance that he gets injured. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, right, I could see an argument for saying these are the players he thinks are going to get him out of relegation. These are the key players. So you give them as much game time to get them as much fitness as possible. The problem is if that's the argument, then we're going down because we've lost 2-0 2 times in a row here.
I'm sorry, I just tugged my word. Probably because Moyes is a degenerate.
Well,
what a describing word. Thing is, now we've got, how many days have we got now until Chelsea? We play Chelsea not next weekend. Is it Tuesday?
I honestly don't remember. Was it Wednesday? Maybe
Tuesday, Wednesday next week.
I'd have to double check. We will be live for it, by the way. So if you want to come back for that, come get involved.
Unfortunately, obviously, this is heading for a loss. Greg Milker, we haven't scored since leap years. Can we go to leap year? Can we go leap year to leap year? So my brain was trying to process that. Can we go leap year to leap year without scoring? Take that, Sunderland. Yeah, unfortunately. Obviously, some more of you jumping back in now as the full-time whistle is about to go pretty much in the next 5 minutes, and this game's already done. Hello to you. If you've not liked the video already, I will remind you at full time when everybody comes back to see Gio and Gonzo. Seaside Hammer, anyone miss this every week? Yeah, I have actually, because lockdown's been stress-free. I needed some stress in my life. How about you, Charlie?
I've got a lot of grey hairs, but I don't have enough grey hairs. So I'm thinking, get a bit of stress flowing in my life again will be good.
James Gunn, Moyes definitely claps when the plane lands. Hey, can I go see the plane driver before we get off the plane? Yeah.
Good show.
I think Bob Collison says Bet Moyes is a great delivery driver. Doug Mowat, we had 100 days off. We're really going to pretend to make changes. Pretend we can make a change ready for Chelsea, I guess.
It's July 1st, the Chelsea game.
Owen says, I will come back to watch. Hey, appreciate that, Owen. Even if you are a Spurs fan, appreciate that.
We appreciate it.
A lot of the interactions with the rival fans.
It's also good to get a different perspective as well, to be honest.
Yeah, no, exactly. Seaside Hammer, Chelsea have a cup final. Oh no, not a cup final. They have a cup game this weekend. Okay, that. Oh, so I guess that plays in our favour, maybe. Who knows?
It means they'll be a bit more tired than us.
Play all your good players in the FA Cup.
Yeah, go for that. You don't need good. Well, to be fair, they probably don't need the good players to face us.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Lee says, we're playing Wednesday. Abdullah, I think. Abdullah. I'll probably put that, or Abdullah. We've got Moyes for next season as well. What chance of coming up? None.
0 is the answer to that question.
Christopher says, I win, that's what I do. Yeah, sure. Trevor says, officially worse than Avram Grant. What an accolade. I bet he would put that on his mantelpiece as well. We've already established
actually, if you didn't see the stats, I saw it because the boy Mark Harrison23 on Twitter put it out there. But Moyes is statistically now with this game worse than Avram Grant was when we went down dead last.
Bowen Clayton says must have joined us for the money because it wasn't for the football unless he just loves the championship. Yeah, and he won't be able to leave us next year if we go back down either. Dave Ben says appreciate the humour from you both on what is another depressing evening. Thanks, mate. Just wait, Moyes will see a lot of positives in the performance. Of course he will. PR all the way. Plenty of endeavour, but just not good enough. Unfortunately, I think it's those defensive mistakes that have let us down again. Not created enough. I don't say not created enough, but we've just not taken our chances again, unfortunately, tonight. We've got 5 minutes of extra time.
If you're just joining, there will be a full-on review with Gio and Gonzo after this, which we will post in the live chat. We'll spam it in there so you can click and go watch that.
Now, just to go ready.
Get the link.
When Gio goes.
Get the link. We'll let you know. We'll obviously go before they even start. I've told Gio off the side netting. I've told Gio to message me when they are about to go live, and we'll plop it in the chat. You'll be able to click and go across. Thank you for joining us, of course. We'll be doing one of these for every single game. As depressing as it is quickly becoming, we will be doing one for every single game. Myself and Tom.
Yes.
Good, I'm glad you agree.
Yeah.
Why the F isn't he giving Wilshere mins? I'm so mad right now. Ray, why isn't he giving many people mins? Why is he only bringing on 2 people is maybe a problem.
Don't worry, we're not going just yet. We're probably gonna be around for another 5 minutes until Gio and Gonzo go live. Maybe a little bit longer, depending on if Gonzo's on time or not. But yeah, it's certainly been fun. Unfortunately, maybe we're the bad luck, Charlie.
I think Moyes is the bad luck, and by bad luck I mean an idiot is the way I would describe it. But,
what annoys me is that I was sticking up for him, as I know a couple of other people were, which was more like he hasn't had the opportunities always come in when it's sort of just taking over, trying to keep us from staying in the Premier League. But yeah, unfortunately, he's just a bit of a twat, isn't he? Is the easy way to say it. I tell you what, I want to see some more of these. Starlight Polestar says Moyes turns Gonzo shed into a shed. See, I want more of these. So he claps when the plane lands. Apparently, he turns Gonzo shed into a shed. Seaside Hammer, Moyes eats tinned fruit and condensed milk for afters. Guys, if you've got any more of these that you can think of on the spot, please do share them because they are absolutely hilarious on what is other than a very depressing
game to watch.
Oh, well, actually, no. I'd say depressing.
A very
last
second half, depressing second half.
We were pumped up. We were fired up to going at half time because we escaped it all. And Moyes definitely puts the bowl last when making cereal. Do you reckon? Yeah, he's the type of person that pours the milk in, then he puts the cereal in the bowl.
The worst thing is I was going to come up with a boring cereal and my brain went bran flakes and I went, but you like bran flakes, Charlie.
You eat bran flakes.
I know.
Moyes recycles old Christmas cards. Kieran Carstens, I thought we played absolutely brilliantly today. If it wasn't for those pesky Tottenham players, we should have won. I think it was a much better showing for the first
half. First half was better.
First half, and it's kind of just slowly gone down, unfortunately. Moyes is the only person ever to have run away from the circus to join a firm of chartered accountants. There you go, even better from clips. Moyes catches his wife cheating on him and waits for her to finish. Oh dear.
I respect it.
Bob Collison says he eats soup with a fork. Moyes wears driving gloves. Moyes recycles old subs.
I wish he'd do any subs. I wish he'd do any bloody subs.
Who says she'd? Do you think Spurs have played well?
I think they've been acceptable. I think it's similar to Wolves. I don't think they've got out of second gear. They've just had yet another opportunity. They've not really had to try too hard, if we're being honest about it.
Yeah.
Have they played well? They've been fine.
Flashes of excellence, but I think they've just been, more than decent. As my friend tries to ring me.
Jazza, Moyes pisses while sitting down.
Love that. Stop trying to FaceTime, mate, please. There you go. Gio has already chucked the link in the chat, which means that he must be going live. So I guess, Charlie, we must be done then. Is that?
we'll wrap it up. Thank you, Gio, for getting involved. I did say message me, but I appreciate you doing the effort anyway. It means we have to do less, especially after that. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. The game's coming to a conclusion now, if not about to finish. Click that link in the live chat. Tom, get us spamming it again in a second. Click the link in the live chat. You can go and watch the review with Gio and Gonzo. Tom, any last words before we rock?
Before everybody departs, really appreciate every single one of you that came by. It's been real fun, even if it's taking the piss out of Moyes at the end, which we might have to play a game show of that sometime soon. But every single one of you tuned in, like the video, subscribe from here. The opposition fans, everybody, really appreciate it. And great watch along as per usual. We'll see you July 1st, I think.
See you July 1st for West Ham versus Chelsea. But until then, go and enjoy two people being very angry. Thanks for watching.